Hello, internet friends, and welcome to Quests and Cthulhu. Thank you so much for spending part of your geekend with us. We really appreciate it. Happy Halloween tomorrow. I hope everyone is safe and watches out for the, what is it, Captain Munchie's edible thing that looks so much like Captain Crunch that these stupid parents think that people are going to try and give their kids their expensive edibles. I don't think that makes sense.
But if I come to your door, it's fine.
Watch out, those dice that you get might really be gummies, or they might be real dice and you think that they're hard candy.
Ooh. Has anybody ever made gummy dice? Because I would eat the heck out of gummy dice.
They do. Yeah. They're not cheap. It's not like you can buy a bag of gummy.
Right. No 5-pound bag of gummy dice out there.
Yeah.
I had chocolate dice, but I've never had gummy dice. That's good. So just a few quick announcements before we dive back into the pain and suffering. Birds of Paradise, the official dice of Quests and Cthulhu. We roll them. You should too. As always, I have here my beautiful Saguaros. The only dice I roll on these, actually, the only dice I've rolled in any game for a while. All right, stick to the Saguaros, even on Mondays. We've got a code with Birds of Paradise. Their website is not as ridiculous as the next one, but it's still quite long. It's birdsofparadise.com, I think it is. But we use our code, you get some money off your dice, and that's not a bad thing. There's more dice showing up on the website all the time. And the Kickstarter is almost fully done. Sorry, folks who got Cardinal dice, but they are coming. Birds of Paradise, you should get them. Our friends at Nord Games, they make books for whatever game you want to play. If it's the dragon game, that's on you. You can use them to make your game, add all sorts of flavor to your game without giving Wizards money. Although, there are a lot. Wizards has been hiring a lot of great people to do good work in their last couple books. Candlekeep was the most diverse writing crew that Wizards has ever had. And then their Fizban's book actually was even more diverse, had all sorts of voices from different communities, which is fantastic. But Nord Games, it's still better than giving Wizards money. Until they get rid of Mike Merles, So Nord Games, we here at Quests and Chaos, we've got a full week, a fuller week than usual of fun for you. Monday, it's Swords and Sages, and we have a little surprise for you on Monday. You should, you might want to check it out. There's going to be some fun energy on Monday, and all right, I'll spill it. We're all coming dressed as geese. That's going to be.
Oh no! I got a swan costume.
Oh man!
This is why they done for you.
That's why you don't buy things from Bjork on eBay.
No, it's the Wish.com version.
Oh, all right. He bought from Bjork.
Yeah.
So Monday, Swords and Sages. Then Wednesday, a new episode of the Redacted Reports will make you question everything you've ever understood and wonder if that noise is coming from behind you. And then Saturday, big news, Saturday at noon.
Oh, we haven't gotten that far yet.
All right. Sometime Saturday, just stay on Quests and Chaos all day Saturday, because at some point, Rime of the Frost Maiden will appear on the channel. When? You don't know.
And there is a caveat to Rime and the Frost Maiden coming back. This is the final arc of the campaign.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Don't Suck.
Yeah. So not only do we finally get the aftermath of a dead PC, but we are going to kick it into high gear and power through the module.
Well, there we go. All right. So those are around Quests and Chaos world. Those are famous last words.
We've turned the last arc into a one shot, so it'll only be like
Right,
6 or so episodes.
right. So we'll only be playing into February. So that's Saturday let's say in the afternoon. You'll be surprised. It'll be exciting. You know what really helps our viewership is just saying, show up at some point. It'll be on there. You'll get an email. It'll tell you what the hell else are you doing? And then we are back as always to close up the night on Saturday with Quest and Cthulhu. I think that's it for announcements. Anybody else have anything they want to? Anybody have any questions? All right, well then let's watch Amy do math.
Okay, this one's going to be fun. Tactical Bacon 1509, I think, is the full appropriate title.
I believe it's his zip code 81509.
10101.
Is that in Idaho?
1,000 to the players. I forgot what other language was in there. My handwriting is not great.
I think it was Esperanto.
Oh, for all the Emma energy into the rerolls. Let's not go there there again
yes,
today.
Please.
I want your dice synergy this game. That you were incredible last time.
Oh God, I think those dice have been in the garbage now for about a week. Okay, Tamaga Tora, 500 of the players for more dynamite action, 500 for the Ezra Fund. Are you doing the bits or are you just ignoring me?
I didn't know. I
He's filling in his LinkedIn.
Pretty much. How do I get on another show?
Well, the gatekeepers at.
Okay, Duke Fleeg also wants 500 of the players for more dynamite.
All right, hold on. You got to back this up.
No, I'm not. You can just read the board, my friend. And then Omega. So, because I got to ask what's up with this. Omega Mercy 12, 1,000 to the players. GDS can join Redacted Reports Therapy Coloring Tent.
That's
that?
That's Jen in the Discord, and she will very frequently say after listening to an episode of Redacted Reports that she's going to set up the blanket fort with coloring book pages and crayons for the Redacted Reports members because they clearly need some time away and some therapy.
Yeah, I can join that as long as I can bring my therapy Twix with me.
That's why they made bars.
Therapy Twix. We all know it's therapy bourbon or something with you. It's not like.
At least while I'm working, it's therapy.
What
Twix.
would the edibles version of Twix be? Like Twisted? I don't know. Like
ooh,
I don't know what the kids call stuff anymore.
Marijuana caramel in there.
That'd be amazing. Okay, so
Caruana?
that's it for the bit.
It's Caruana.
Sounds so
Caruana.
gross.
See, it makes you care. Caruana.
It makes you care.
So that's
Nothing will make you
two
care.
from Tactical Bacon. That is Tamaga Tora with more dynamite and Ezra Fund.
Yeah.
Then we've got Duke Fleeg for more dragon milk.
Dynamite, not dragon milk.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna codename Dynamite going
Dragon milk.
forward. Throw the dragon milk.
I just want to throw something out there. The dynamite, you've got a town full of people that are basically in a stupor. I think Ezra can use the dynamite tokens if he wants to.
Just hand them to the people.
Just be like, here's a candle for the.
Just hang
the
these
vigil
up all over town.
It's a Roman candle. Just light it when
And it roams around.
just light it to join the fireworks.
You want to see fireworks?
If it turns out that the undead is not localized to where we are, gunshots could be the least of what we hear coming from there. Just throwing it out there. If some bits want to go towards some explosions coming from the town, this is your chance.
There you go.
And then the last 1,000 from Omega Mercy. Zero Omega Mercy, as I like to say.
And
Because I like to pronounce every single syllable and letter.
and Dead Boy and increasingly Live Mom just slid in there with 500 to the
The color
players.
intent.
I like that.
Dragon.
Also, that's the
You
players,
know,
yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to imagine the physiology of dragon milk.
Why?
It's-
Why would
they're
you do it to
reptiles.
yourself?
They don't have memories.
Except for the
So-
mammal dragon.
Well, Fizzbins might have, cow dragons. We don't know.
It frankly astounds me that D&D has not made a boob dragon. at some point.
Yeah, in chainmail.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of character art out there with female dragonborn with boobs.
What are you telling
They're
me?
reptiles. They don't
I've
have
seen the internet.
mammary
That's what I'm
glands.
I've seen the internet.
I've been to D&D.
Can we play this show, please? Please, can
Why
we play
start
this
now?
game and get
We're
off?
doing a show
By the way,
tonight?
tune in Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. on Quests and Chaos. Thomas, Nick, and Tossie are gonna have their new show where they're gonna just go through D&D porn and just review it.
How did I get roped into this?
It's very exciting. We're calling it
I mean, I'll do whatever Titan Media tells me to, but like,
yeah, that's
I'd like a heads up.
that show does not exist, trust me. But I implore you, whatever you do, do not Google ALF porn. That is all. You do not want to.
Wait, do? I mean, because
No.
the way you said that, it was.
No, do not. Do not. No, that was. I did not believe Rule
Jordan,
34.
why?
I did not believe Rule 34, and then my whole world was shaken by. That was
That's
always
what
my
That's
example.
what he does with cats.
Oh,
It's that. Oh, that is fantastic. There's
oh
another.
boy. Oh,
I was
boy.
going to go with the other eating cats joke, but that one is much better.
Amy,
Friends.
Amy, how about we just leave? We can just we can just disappear off the show. It's fine. They can
There is a very specific subset of people that really enjoy ALF content. It's pretty much me and Thomas, I think, is really.
But you enjoy the ALF content that's
No, I like real ALF content. The other stuff.
Real.
I am depressingly prudish. Like, if you learned one sad thing about me, I am like, I'm very uncomfortable with all of it. All right, so follow us down Darker Trails. Oh, we're already off to such a great start.
Yes, Sly, the my Cthulhu.
I blame our corporate overlords, Titan Media Collective, because they made it clear that they enjoy the double entendre. Well, really, let's be clear. These are like so obvious. They're single entendres. But so for our corporate overlords, we will work blue. That is, we just go where Titan Media Collective tells us to. They have us help.
We work blue.
All right, so
they're giving me booze. I'm not going to complain.
that's right. Yeah, it's depressingly easy to buy us. It's really yes. So last week, Kobayashi Maru, it was tough choices all around. The players were in the town dealing with in town of Valentine. They found a couple of people who seemed to be pretty cogent. The doctor was fairly cogent, mostly on the outskirts of town, that sort of thing. And they set off. They got a tip as to where Hank Hanratty would be. And then what followed was a tense and awful standoff that ended with a series of coincidences, turning it into the worst situation possible, as the poor mother fumbled a sanity roll and realized that none of them were getting out of there, so she made sure nobody got out of there. And the entire standoff just Yeah, left. I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the after show, but it left both the players and the characters frustrated and upset. And that's a place that some people don't want to go. And it's why I want to remind people that and remind our audience especially that safety tools are important. And as a GM, where I fell down was that I checked in with the players afterwards, not beforehand. And so, making sure that your players, not the characters, but that the players are in a space to tell the story you want that you want to have told is super important. And it's really easy when you've been playing with people for so long to hand wave that and to be like, I know my players, this is going to be fine. And that complacency is not great. And that's where I fell down. And so I just wanted to say that right off the start, and to give y'all a chance to, if there's anything about that situation that you want to talk through, or that you want to retcon or something like that, then we can certainly do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to retcon anything, but yeah, no, anything that when kids get in trouble, that gets me and always has. I watch horror shows, but if there's a kid involved, it's a one step forward. So I thank you for the back and forth on it. But I'm good. Thank you.
I really almost had the kid not go back in that room, just even though adults were telling him to go in there.
Well, I struggled with that too, as me and the character going, oh, I'll hold them. But then they think if I'm stealing their kid, they'll be even more mad, so there was that kind of back and forth.
Yeah,
that I went
through. Second too, it's hard to gauge, like, is this going to help or hurt the situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that we should go back and retcon and have Jared shoot her in the back, right up front. Just,
I'm for that. I should have used a reroll there. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Well, it's good that we've reached the dark humor point of catharsis. Although I think that's kind of where we live. But again, for people who are running games, just keep that in mind. And for the players, I want to once again remind you, even though there is not a physical card sitting on the table, the X card is always there. And you please use it. And there's no bad use of the X card. And it's not gonna hurt any of the story or anything like that.
Challenge accepted.
I don't joke. The X card is the one thing I will never joke about, Nick. That is not for me something that is that should ever be treated anything but seriously.
Now the triple X card, when that gets played.
Well, only when Alf is involved.
That's
only when Alf is involved.
Oh, we went there again.
Man, I'm
using the X card now. On the Alf.
I loved Alf more than I loved G.I. Joe. I loved that show for some reason. There was something wrong. As a child, TV was my babysitter. I don't want to say my parents weren't great parents, but I watched a lot of Alf. So make of that what you will. By the way, stay tuned for my next season 3, which will be a Call of Cthulhu game based around V, the final battle. It's going to be awesome.
Start shooting everybody, just especially if they're eating rats.
You have to have at a certain point we'll lose the budget for the voice changes, so the aliens will just not have different voices anymore. And so we ended that episode in media res, in initiative, as the dead body of Hank Hanratty smashed Elias over the head with the chest. As you were all looking down into town, trying to figure out what was going on, trying to make and so that puts us into initiative. and who was it was on. I would say whoever was on watch would have their could have their gun out. Everybody else, I mean, some of you can have your guns out in seconds, so that is not really.
Well, no, because we all got woken up.
Right. By the sound in the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you probably all, sure, you can all have readied firearms if you
I mean, we were getting ready to potentially, we were discussing going in there. So I think
this would be a perfect time to fire the shotgun at the dead body in your midst.
I mean, I do love friendly fire. I've got to contemplate that.
Buddy.
So I think with a readied firearm, if you're going to shoot, that's plus 50 to your initiative. So that would put Susanna, I think, first at 130.
Yes, and I am going to shoot upon hearing that crash and whirling around to see the body.
You've got the crinkle again.
I was saying kitty cat.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was like air quoting everything she said, and I'm like, wow.
This is this.
I don't like that. I like
what
kitty
we
cat.
have developed over the last 2 years.
Oh.
I just go jazz hands. That's why.
Oh.
But yes, having heard that crash from over there and whirling around to see Elias being assaulted by a formerly dead body, I'm gonna quick draw and shoot.
All right, take your shot. Let's see here.
31 out of 72 is a hard success.
Okay. So you notice right away that this bullet does almost nothing to it just sort of goes into the body, and some unfortunate, some remnant liquid comes pouring out.
Sure.
The body does not react at all.
Okay.
You did okay. Let's see what say anything about an impale. Nope. Okay. 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, 70s.
70s.
All right.
70s, everyone.
We'll start with Jared this time.
I mean, I figure I actually don't want to shoot Elias, full disclosure. So I can use the butt of the shotgun to knock him off, knock him away from him, or
so we'll call this a fight brawl, and with the butt you'll do a d6 plus damage bonus.
I rolled a 98.
This thing, so under dodge, it says not applicable. The Walking Dead do not dodge. All right, a 98. So
I hit the chest.
So
but you said you didn't want to shoot Elias.
Right.
But no, yeah.
So
but the butt of it goes somewhere. So it's either Elias or the chest, the way I see it, or it's
you smash this thing with your shotgun, and as you do, you hear like an ugly snap of some sort in your shotgun.
Whoa! Malfunction is 99.
Fair point. You hear a noise inside your shotgun. You're going to need to clear it and reload before you can fire it.
All
right. That is 70s Ramsey.
Yes. Ramsey has.
Oh, Ramsey got a crowbar.
Got my crowbar.
All right.
Go try to whack it off of Elias.
All right. Do you have crowbar, or are you just using fight brawl?
I'm using fight brawl.
Okay. And the crowbar will be a d6 as well, plus your damage bonus.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. That's a 32. So I made it.
Okay. Well, this thing, as we've determined, does not dodge.
And
although weirdly, it's got a 35% fast talk. Please, brains. Well, he makes a good point.
Yeah. So what do I use to bash it with this? What just a d6?
That was fight brawl, so you're going to do a d6 plus your damage bonus,
which is none, which doesn't make sense, but okay, I rolled a 5.
All right. 5 points. So you come up and you just brain this thing, and part of its skull caves in, and it did not enjoy that. Okay. Elias.
I think that I want to get away from it
All right, you are down on the ground.
I'm gonna just roll out of there.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
it. Just
Yeah, you are out of any of its reach. And I think Jared then Abe. Oh no, Jared already went, so it's just Abe.
Yep. So I'm assuming that our campfire is out at this point if we had one, and I'm going to take a log and try and smack it with.
I love it. Fight brawl. We'll call it a D6. Make me a luck roll, Abe.
Uh-oh. I'm not quite so lucky. I miss it by 3. And
Okay,
I can't spend luck to be lucky.
So
we have. Thank you.
That's okay.
So
it's just one zombie. We'll be fine.
So the log you pick up is dry. This was next to the fireplace.
Okay.
There are not embers on it.
All right. And then fight brawl is 62 and I got a 49. So it's just
All right. So that's
success.
a D6.
Yep. And of course I didn't pull out any other dice other
Plus
than
your
the
damage
10s.
bonus, if that applies.
I have that's a 6.
Ouch. Okay.
Yep.
You run up and you crunch the thing in the leg, and its leg kind of like buckles, and now it's sort of like standing at a weird angle. All right, and on much slower than everyone else, it will go. It has all sorts of choices, so it's going to everyone. So let's see. Ramsey and Abe both make me luck rolls.
I'm there too, right?
Oh, you and Jared, yeah.
I should have kept my mouth shut. I obviously am gonna lose.
Oh yeah, just
Also need a
barely, but I
typo.
got it. 50.
Oh no, Abe has nothing to worry about.
All right. It looks like Jared is getting attacked by this thing. You can, let's see, is a dodge appropriate? A dodge is not necessary here.
Okay.
It does not. If this thing is flailing, like this is not fighting in any real way. It's just sort of like flailing.
Well, do we want to tie it up then? Like if I'm assuming, I'm like picturing myself with the butt of the rifle against it, kind of keeping it at bay as it's like, and I'm like, oh.
Look, if you guys want to have a zombie around, that's your own choice. And at the end of the round, everybody make me a sanity roll.
I've learned one thing from The Walking Dead: nothing bad ever happens from having a zombie pet.
Yes.
Nope.
What sanity? Oh no.
All right, so if you miss the roll, oh shnikes, you are losing 4 points of sanity. That's max
Wow.
that I rolled. If you made the roll, you were losing 1 point.
Okay.
As someone you recently knew was living is coming after you.
But we didn't like him that much. Can I get
It's
1
true.
point back?
It's one cool thing the game notes, like the sanity loss is different depending on your relationship to whoops, I've said too much. This is the only dead person that is alive. You don't have to.
Hell has rejected him.
Yes, I like it. Hell has rejected him. All right, we're back to the top of the lineup. Susanna, if you're shooting, you're at 130.
I'm not shooting.
Okay,
because
well, you are at
myself.
80 anyway, so you're still the fastest.
Right. Recognizing that shooting this thing is not doing a whole hell of a lot of good, I want to drop my gun back into its holster and go looking for a lasso.
All right, yeah, there's a disturbing amount of rope around the shaggin' wagon.
I want uncomfortable with it all, huh? I want to use a lasso specifically to, like, from a distance, drop the rope onto the zombie and just like.
Oh, okay. So yeah, yeah, that's no problem. You find that easily. So do you have like rope use or?
I do. I
All right,
dropped
yeah,
a lot
make
of rope
a
use.
roll. Make a roll.
Do it.
Finally.
Okay, that is 8 out of 41.
Oh yeah. All right.
Success.
So you like run to right where the lariat is, and you run and you just loop it around and pull it tight, and like it's right around this thing's midsection, pulling it in. And it is mindlessly, like, it can't figure out that it's like trying to like stagger forward.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
like I'm like planting one hand behind my hip for leverage and pulling with the other, just like slowly working this thing back toward me, away from my friends, but also not super close to me.
yeah, sure, that is no problem. So you can all see that this thing now is I guess contained. It is in the rope. You're still, I mean, you know, if you are of the mindset, it is now even easier to crunch with weapons.
Well, I mean, I figure this isn't the first time that we have
Dealt with a dead body.
transported, no, not a dead body, but a moving, flailing dead body. Like we've
Hey,
done
Oh
it
yeah,
before.
it's been a minute, but yeah.
An undead body.
Yeah.
You
So
want to get the feet? Somebody want to get the feet?
Well, no, we want it to walk. We want to get its arms and hands and gag
Just
it.
drag it behind the wagon.
Yeah.
Why? We don't want to
show
just,
it to everyone you meet.
let's just take
What?
it apart.
No, no. Everyone else finally needs it. We have a chance. We're not crazy. Other people can see this.
Oh, think of the joy / sanity we could spread just by walking this thing around.
I
A
say
meta of you.
we take it apart. We take it apart and then spread the parts out. That's what
Do
we did
we-
with those other horrible things that we saw before.
No, we didn't. We buried her.
Oh, but not that
Her
one. I
arm
was
came
talking
off.
about some of the other ones.
I like how we can't remember which zombie we're talking about anymore.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, because the only other like living corpse that I recall was buried properly and not sacred ground.
Well,
but
no, I wasn't thinking of just the corpse. I was thinking of some of those critters and things that we saw that we had to battle that were snakes and things. We
this-
took them apart.
This is a body. This is.
I would really like it if someone would make a decision here. Pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
I'm getting some rope and I'm starting.
No, I'm gonna.
I'm binding it because either way, hey, we can always smash it more after it's fully bound.
All right.
Let's just get it contained. So whatever dice you need me to.
This thing is mindless, and it has it dropped the chest after it hit once with it, and yeah, you have no problem. You can I mean, it's not subdued because it is constantly in motion. It is trying to. Susanna is holding it from just sort of constantly trying to move forward, shambling on its broken leg, and half of its skull caved in. It is still noticeably, this is very much a zombie, not a skeleton. And the body is, other than the bullet shot, and now another bullet shot and several other wounds, but the body is still very recognizable.
Okay, so we could
so-
take it.
Yeah, you have it well.
Okay.
You have it well in hand.
Okay.
So once that situation's squared away, do we think that the gunshots? Well, do we think that the gunshots coming from the town? Do we think we're the only ones with this problem right here?
Are afraid that would be entirely too coincidental to be coincidence.
And as if on cue, you hear another round of screams and gunshots from Valentine.
Everyone.
Damn. All right.
Look, we can barely handle this one.
Or you just
What are
do
we
everyone
going to do
thing,
if we
yeah.
go in there?
Well,
Move
no,
right
we
closer.
handled this fantastically. We're all fine.
We could save some people.
And if it
Take 'em
moves
with
as- yeah, if they're moving as slow and as dumb as this one, we just need to not get hit by any shots they're firing as we come in.
Which might be a bit of a trick, but
Well, we go in slow and careful.
At that point, there is indeed a familiar explosion of dynamite from the town.
ooh, someone got smart.
Mhm.
I mean,
I didn't do it.
Do we even care? We came out here for one purpose and one purpose only: slaughter an innocent family, and then to move on.
You had to say
Sorry.
that, didn't you?
I honestly, it might have been. I don't know. I'm still processing. I'm sorry.
Look, the way I see it, this is something we can actually take care of.
Can
Look at
we?
the other stuff that's going on. I don't know. I think our record with handling the undead is pretty satisfactory.
That
So,
depends entirely upon how many of them there are.
But we can just go to the outskirts and check it out.
And we can call anybody who can run to run and get out. Yeah.
Come join us in our zombie parade.
We could try and pick survivors up in the wagon as we run through town.
I just want Zombie Parade to be the title of the next episode.
Because people who are scared are going to be rational and not shoot at us.
So here's the deal. If we go into town, we might not make it out. And I know that right now our mental state is not the greatest, speaking for myself. Part of me wants to go in, knowing what might happen.
Well, we couldn't save these people. Maybe we can save some other people.
I mean, there's a handful of things that we're good at, and this seems to be one of them. So play to our strengths.
Marshall?
That's what y'all want to do.
So are you leaving?
I'm more than happy to point a loaded gun at someone who isn't innocent.
Are you leaving the wagon here?
No, I mean, I think we would have to bring it in the chest with us. I'm not going to leave the chest here unattended. So I would have carried that back into the wagon.
And are you just tying zombie Hanratty to the back of the wagon and making him shamble along with you?
Kinda,
Well,
yeah.
I think we're going to move too fast for that. Do we want to just put like heavy rocks over the ropes and over him and just kind of half bury him and then come back?
Well,
He
I mean,
could wander off.
how fast do you think we're going to go in this wagon through a town of undead?
I mean,
I think we're going to move quickly to get to the town. And if we need to make a hasty escape, given what we went through for this fellow over here,
We gotta get going no matter what. All right, so why maybe we can tie him to the side of the wagon.
just like a blanket that's hanging.
That's
All right,
what you
I'll
did
start-
with the last one. The last one you like rolled up in a blanket.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll start because there's places to do it. I'll pull up
Do
his
it.
legs and start.
All right.
fastening. Anyone's gonna help.
Make me a luck roll and don't fumble, Jared.
I mean, I've got a bedroll, so just get his head in there so he can't bite us.
You used to.
Oh,
have
we
a
gagged
bedroll
him.
after this.
Wrapped some rope around.
Yeah,
his,
we got he's
Oh my God! Not only did I not fumble, I made it.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't even come close to being in danger from this guy. You wrap him up expertly.
I told you we got a good
See?
record.
See?
with
See?
Living
See?
Dead.
And so you
Let's go.
you get the horses going and you start to ride into town. And by the time you are riding into town, it seems like most of the gunshots have started to it seems like it's a little quieter. You immediately notice that the church is on fire. Like that seems to be where the dynamite blew up. And as you come roaring into town, you see a number of dead bodies, some of which, Elias, you recognize as the 3 bodies you saw walking in the street the other day.
Wow, but these are probably real bodies.
Yes, everybody sees these. You do a quick check and they,
yeah.
So that's I'm like those 3 over there. I saw those are the ghosts I saw walking, which means that the dead have risen here in town.
Remember that you led me to their graves.
Yes, and then for some reason I couldn't read the tombstone.
Between all the talking, can I roll to unjam my shotgun?
you don't need to roll. You change. You didn't, like you said, you didn't malfunction. So you just switch out the round and you're good.
Are the dead ghosts shot?
Yes.
So they've been shot to death. Okay,
Yes.
that's how they died.
Were they-
That's what we assume.
Are they? Did we see them walking, or I was under the impression they were moving?
Nope.
Okay.
You are seeing you're seeing re-dead, it seems.
So, but it
I-
looked like they were shot down again. So
Yeah,
bullets were
well,
coming in?
it looks like there are like multiple bullet, like just a lot of bullet holes in these things.
I'm
They
gonna
have
hop
been
off
shot to pieces. And you also notice that there are there's sort of a spectrum of more flesh, more recent dead versus skeletons that are that have been dead for quite some time. And you hear some terrifying laughter and just the sound and just a fusillade of gunshots coming from sort of the middle of town. You just hear a blam, 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 blam.
Does it sound like anyone that we've met?
Yeah, it sort of sounds like the doctor.
Ah, yes, the
Yeah.
person you don't want to piss off, like ever.
Mhm.
Doctor/Undertaker. I think business is good for him right now.
Sort of,
I
but
don't
they
know, if
keep
everybody's
trying to
dead,
run
who's
away.
gonna pay him?
Yeah.
Well, then you get to hey, that's called getting them coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
And you ride a little more into town, and you see the doctor has rounded up 4 or 5. They seem able-bodied people, and they all have guns and are just pouring gunshots into one last crawling. It's a skeleton whose one of its legs has been broken off, and it's just crawling towards them. And the doctor, just kind of with a crazy gleam in his eye, they're all just pouring. The others seem appropriately scared, but the doctor is like, and he sees you, and he waves you over. And he says, "Isn't this incredible?"
I don't know if that's the word I'd use for it. What else going on?
The dead have risen. We have to find out why this is happening.
Because the fireworks. Are you stupid?
No, not that. Do you think this is related to the? Well,
Yeah.
Why would it not be related to the fireworks?
Well, we've
Why would
had
it be?
fireworks for more than a month. We haven't had this glorious insanity before. I mean, I want to know everything. How far does it go? Are the dead walking in the mountains?
Well, I don't know about the mountains, but how far out of town were we?
yeah.
You said about a half mile, I believe, is where you wanted to.
Well, it reaches out to at least a half mile out of town.
Or wherever it's originating from happens to overlap with, and I point in the direction half a mile that way.
So you're pointing kind of towards the mesa, basically.
No, because we didn't come from the.
Oh, you're
mesa,
right. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He'll say, and I mean, are these conscious? Do they know what they're doing?
Well,
As far as I can tell, they're just creatures of instinct.
well, ours was smart enough to pick up that chest.
But then
use
wasn't
that
smart
as a
enough.
bludgeoning.
But then wasn't smart enough to go after the person holding the rope, keeping it still.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He fails a roll and is not going to follow up when you say yours.
Well, I mean, does he see the side of the wagon with the?
I don't know. He's focused on like. He's like, I just wish that damn priest hadn't blown up the graveyard. Think of I mean, sure, we have to bury them again, but I mean, I need to cut one of them open. I need to find out what's in there.
Was there anything different tonight? Anywhere in the vicinity?
No, not that I am aware of. I mean, to your friend's point, I mean, you did point out the residue from the fireworks, but I mean, maybe it was a cumulative effect. I mean, it does seem like people are getting stupider, to use your term. I believe you christened this the stupids, but. So maybe it is a cumulative effect with the dead as well.
I wouldn't mind heading to the graveyard to see if there's anyone that I could ask.
What?
Yeah, let's let
You don't want to talk to the priest right now. He is on a holy roll.
Well, I don't think he's thinking of talking to the priest,
Well,
but maybe some other bystanders.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, other people must be out there trying to help. So is there anybody else who's not affected that we should get out of town?
Well, it looks like the situation's. I mean, does it look like the situation's under control?
Yeah, it looks like things have sort of. The doctor will tell you that he's got his little group, and you see, you see the owner of the Buena Suerte is with him. He's got a rifle, and he's with him, and he looks kind of grim about the whole.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc.
Yes,
What have the stupid ones been doing?
mostly getting eaten.
Yeah, I think that's connected.
The sheriff was just standing in the middle of he was like standing in the middle of the road staring as old Ben Higgins, who, you know, we haven't seen in 2 or 3 weeks, he just walks up the street to the sheriff and takes a big bite out of him.
And then what happened to the sheriff?
Oh, he's, you know, he's dead.
Yeah, but then what
He's
happened to
dead!
the sheriff?
Is he?
Yeah, let's go check on the sheriff.
The body's in my office. And he says, this is gonna be great. And he starts to head back towards his office.
I put my arms out to hold anyone going after him. I'm like, let's just watch this play out.
Oh, no, we need to tell him.
Well, I mean, he's going in knowing that he might be reanimated.
No, he's not. He's just going.
The doctor definitely does lead with his pistol as he's
Okay,
you know,
all right.
as he's walking there, he's reloading.
Okay.
Now, what you can see is these people have clearly never seen a zombie movie, so they just keep shooting these things, even though guns are not very effective at all.
Can I examine the bodies to see what might be effective?
It looks like what you did was very using blunt instruments is your best bet here. Breaking bones, that sort of thing.
So he said that, you know, it was still crawling along. So what is the, you know?
Oh, the guys who when the doctor came over to talk to you, the other 4 just were just battering the thing as it was, you know, they when it was clear it couldn't hurt them anymore, they just ran up and crushed it, and it's now like a pile of bones. It's a little harder to do that with a body. The skeletons seem to be a little more, a little less hardy. But you don't hear any gunshots coming, and the doctor comes out and he looks almost disappointed, and he'll look over where you are and he'll yell, "Still dead!"
All right. Before we head to the cemetery, can we go to? And I'm saying this low enough that I don't want the others to hear it. Just our group. Can we go to the sheriff's building?
Sure.
There was the fellow in there who was deeply affected by the powder.
Oh,
If some sort of transition, if they're connected, I want to see what sort of state he's in.
that's a good.
And since
call.
he's behind bars, chances of something getting him are pretty low.
Yeah,
Good
that's a
call.
good, that's a good thing to look at. All right,
That's
yeah,
good.
let's head over that way.
All right. So you start to head that way, and at least once you see a shambling figure backlit by the fire of the cemetery, and you start to bring up your weapons, and then you see it's just a stupid person who's just walking along.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
well,
difference between them worries me. The lack of difference between them worries me a lot.
It is very hard to tell, especially the zombies. The skeletons are a little easier to tell, but it seems like most of stuff has been cleaned up. We'll get to the priest and his coterie in a minute. And so you get to the sheriff's office, and
Well, if we saw a stupid person wandering that was in that degree of out of it, then maybe it's not worth it to check. We can, but I'll bring that up. Do we want to?
Yeah, I still think we should check.
All right.
It'll give us some ideas.
so you get to the sheriff's office and you go inside, and the guy is just he's now sitting at the sheriff's desk, and he has that crystal paperweight that the sheriff has, and he's just staring at it.
So he got out of
The
From behind
cell
bars.
is wide open.
So So it is the witch.
Maybe. But then she's working with the great race or whatever to drop the residue all over the town, because you said the residue glitter stuff is why people are getting stupid.
Yeah.
Or when it rains it pours. There's a whole lot of bad stuff going on in this town.
I mean, that does seem to be the circumstance pretty much everywhere we go.
I do get a Stillwater vibe out of this place.
Yeah.
Is there a nice handgun in this office?
You see a locked cabinet that you figure is where the firearms are.
Where's that crowbar?
Yeah, let me take a crack at that.
Crowbar. There you go.
Oh no, I think someone wants to do something a little more finesseful.
Yes,
all right.
if I can.
All right.
I could use the
Blacksmith.
handgun. I keep losing mine.
There is
That's a
lot.
fail. So that's
All
not
right.
a-
So you're going to get it unlocked. It's just going to take a while. And you're acutely aware of Ramsey behind you. I could just. I
I
could
think
just.
that's why it takes so long.
Can I scan for the key somewhere? Is there like a ring of keys or something? I mean, I assume.
You're guessing it's not with the sheriff.
Well, I mean, was he smart enough to put his pants on?
He did have his pants on.
Well,
That's
then maybe
about
he had
it.
his belt on
About
too.
it.
So okay.
But you finally get it open, and there are a couple shotguns and some handguns inside.
All right, I'm gonna grab a handgun.
Yeah, sure. You get a pistol.
I'll just grab some extra.
Yeah.
If there's any 45 ammo, I'll grab some of that.
You make me a luck roll. We'll see if he had a 45.
Ooh, I made the clock. I made it.
All right, yeah. There's definitely some 45 ammo there, and standard ammo you can find no problem. At this point you hear a knock on the door, and the doctor is in the doorway, and he says, I think you should come with me. I think the preacher is about to do some unfortunate things.
Hey, all right.
Does he have more dynamite?
I hope not. He seems very liberal in its application.
I very
And-
carefully do not look at Elias.
Yep.
Elias, you go talk to him. Talk
Elias
some
is all
sense into him.
starstruck.
Actually,
these-
that's the wrong.
Dynamite man and dynamite man.
And these bodies are no good if they're blown to pieces. I can't study bits.
Well, you got the sheriff and other stuff, right? So you're good.
I mean, the sheriff's just dead. But these, I've taken to calling them re-dead. I think it's going to catch on.
I genuinely hope not. I genuinely hope there are no other circumstances where this comes up.
They're
Yeah.
pretty dead when you've taken.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we lost Nick again.
Oh
Did you?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Am I going gone?
no!
Not
You're
gone.
blipping.
But
You're
it
blipping.
ruined your joke.
Sorry, man.
Oh.
So you come running, and yes, in the middle of town, where you recently were, the preacher, what is his name? Reverend Augustus Boone, a small, portly man who has fire in his eyes.
Oh, no.
He and three really kind of thuggy looking guys are standing there, and they have kneeling before them on his knees, they have what you can only assume is Lee Chin the Launderer on his knees, and the preacher is saying, confess, you monster, you, the fireworks, are the cause of all of this, and you're the cause of the fireworks. You have caused the dead to rise, these unholy abominations.
Look like somebody we know, and I stare at Elias Jackson.
Oh, but didn't
I mean, he makes a
Nah,
good
he-
point.
the fireworks came from somewhere else though, right?
Yeah, it wasn't him. I'll shout out at him.
All right, you shout out it wasn't him. The preacher looks up. What?
The fireworks, they're coming from too far out to have been him.
The powder fireworks are coming from the mesa.
And
Nothing in
Lee
town.
will go, that's right. I can't do, you've seen, mine don't look like that. and one of the priest's thugs will like just club him on the back with a rifle and go, "Shut up." And it looks like Lee has been beaten up pretty well.
Right.
And the preacher will look at you and says, "Of course, the out-of-towners come here with all their answers."
I'm shocked to find a man of God beaten up on someone in the name of justice when you're believing a lie.
Justice.
You want to take 5 seconds to stop and think about what you're saying?
I'm thinking about righteousness. The dead have risen. This is the end times. We must make ourselves right with the Lord.
Why aren't you doing that then?
Show him your
Yeah.
badge.
Oh, I am. And this is Old Testament. Mine is a harsh and vengeful God.
While he's
Yeah.
doing that, I am definitely bringing my rifle. Like that is the bring rifle to bear sort of like, what is he about to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have my duster tucked behind my revolver. That ain't the God of the New Testament, and there's a difference. Otherwise, what the fuck did Jesus come for?
Yeah. I'm watching the other guys that they're not the priest's friends, whatever.
Um,
As
And-
one of the only people in this room that's probably seen an angel.
I do a slow turn towards you.
that stops the priest, and he says, "You've seen an angel?"
One of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Yes, the Holy Terror. Oh my! I can't. Tell me all about it. Come up here.
No, you come with me and I'll tell you all about it. Come
No,
here,
no,
come
no.
on, let's
This
go.
town needs ministering to. Explain to them the terror. They think angels are cute little people with wings that are beautiful. No, you tell them what angels are.
They're very attractive young women with wings for feathers. It's
They're giant flying monstrosities.
I'm probably gonna need some sort of performance skill there to
That's
sell
talk.
that.
Oh man.
that's
he-
talk, I'm thinking.
All right.
Oh, come on. That's a fail.
Do you
You
want
want to roll again? You want to roll?
Inspire, because I have a
I was gonna say
70.
because the Baroness
Inspire.
gave Ezra 1,000 bits and 500 to the party. I don't know if you wanted to use those.
I'll
Oh,
say
My
that
favorite Twitch user, and I just want to note, the Baroness is over my heart today.
Oh.
you have to use Amy's garbage dice to roll though.
No.
Use any of them. They're all crap.
Oh, you take that back. Sir Pintor was not a zombie.
That went from an 82 to an 83.
All right.
Oh
That's
That's
man.
why they
Amy.
call it an Emma.
Emma.
No. That's an
Oh, it's an Amy. That's right.
That's an Amy, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Rolling and-
There
and
you go.
Fumbling.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you super unconvincingly were like, no, angels are beautiful, attractive people. I wish one was here now. And you do not sell. He says, liar.
Is the priest holding on to the Lee anymore? Or is he?
No,
paying
he's
attention
got thugs.
Ah, okay, I was gonna try to grab him.
He's got like 3 guys who are doing his bidding.
All
Um,
right.
and
Well,
he's
sir, father.
Sir,
Sir Father.
Sir Father was my dad.
Okay, there's a lot happening right now. And I think that our best course of action may be to put Mr. Lee in the jail so that he doesn't get further hurt and he also doesn't get away.
The sheriff has been struck down by the plague on the sodomites. No, this town needs religious justice.
Then are you
um,
gonna go in and give a big sermon on the balcony so everybody can hear you?
He like looks around the town center. I think this is sufficient. The church must be rebuilt, but we can deal with that. And all of these re-dead, I heard them called, must be dealt with and expunged. I think a bonfire.
I just hear in the dock in the distance. No.
Actually, you hear the dock right next to you go like, but we need to study them. We're very lucky. They have a live one on their wagon.
Shit.
Oh yeah, the rifle's definitely up. Because
Yeah.
this man was wanted dead or alive, and we're able to do both.
Do we get paid twice?
Yeah, that's double, I think.
Dead. Oh.
I really want that to be an episode title, but I know that YouTube won't let us.
That is
That was
outstanding. That should be the episode title.
Yeah.
The preacher like sees your guns. He's outgunned. And he says, yes, very well. We will take this man. I'll take him to the sheriff's place. Since the church has been damaged, that will be the new seat of power in this town. Yes. Yes. And gentlemen, bring him with me. And they will head off towards the sheriff's place.
Marshall, you got a badge.
Yeah.
You
We
could take
can-
control of this.
Here's the problem with that. He has very clearly indicated that he's not following the laws of the land anymore, that he wants religious judgment. So I'm going to say to us five right here, the minute that we get him alone, I'm shooting his ass off.
The doctor goes, can I be there?
I don't care. I just want him away from his thugs.
Yeah. Well, God,
I
let's
wonder if the priest rises back from the dead,
Then it means there is no God.
or he's the Messiah.
No.
I don't think so.
But probably you're right. The no God thing.
Jesus was
I
a witch,
mean-
not a zombie.
You, Doc, you're a carpenter.
Well, it's true. It's true. Hey, could I cut a piece off of yours,
No.
of your re-dead?
Not right now. We are not dealing with this right now. We are dealing with the immediate problem, and then we can discuss that.
It's fascinating to see one alive.
We will discuss that after the gunshots stop.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Let's figure this out.
Well,
I
it
can
seems like we
I
got
can
this
round up
figured out.
I can round up my men.
You have men?
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got the four. Yeah.
they were helping me out to shoot the, mainly they're just people that like to shoot things.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
And so he goes, I'll be right back. And he'll go over and talk to the four guys. And you can hear him say, we're going to go kill the priest.
Well, let's
Right? You know what? Problem took care of itself.
let's get let's get a move on.
A couple of them seem uncomfortable with that plan, but they're like, and the doctor is like, no, this is all the priest's fault. He somehow brought the dead back. So we have to kill him. And they're
How
like,
do you do that? Can we hear him say that?
yeah.
Like just between us, I'm muttering like they're blaming everyone but the witch.
No,
And
doctor, how do you think that the priest did that?
he'll look back at you and he'll go,
Okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Indeed. Jared, why do you think it's a witch?
I just got the impression that it was the witch when we came in and they were talking about her.
the doctor runs back over. He's like, I was lying. You people should know all about that.
Are we moving towards the jail? Why this is happening?
Yeah, his four guys are coming with you. And you're all walking down the street. It's not a subtle procession that is running down the street. You see the priest is taking down the American flag that was over the sheriff's office, and is putting up like just a flag with just a cross on it.
Where
I'm gonna
did you
look-
get that from?
I'm gonna look at that and then look at my companions and be like, see?
Mm.
Badge is not gonna do a damn thing here.
Looks like we got to separate the church from the state.
thing. You want to roll, dude.
No, that was terrible. I should be
Yes,
punished for
wonderful,
that.
shut up.
Yes, yes.
I think you needed to pull some sunglasses off when you said.
Ah.
And yeah, you're gonna. So this is not a standoff or anything like that. You outnumber them, and you gun. If whoever wants to gun down the priest, it is not hard to do. He's just standing there, just like fumbling, trying to figure out how a flagpole works.
Yeah, I have seen this sort of thing go very wrong too many times. I am removing the problem right now.
All right, yeah. So the priest is gunned down. His followers quickly lose any, like, once he's gunned down, they're like, they basically melt away. They're just like, we don't want any part of this. The doctor is like over the priest, just like looking, opening his eyes, looking in, like waving his hand in front of him. He looks up disappointedly and says, he just seems dead.
Well, I wonder if it might take a little while, because...
Oh. Hey, can I have this body?
He's talking about
Priest?
the priest, right?
Yeah, he points at the priest.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not our body.
All right. Boys, bring this over to my shop. I wonder how much of him we can take off and he'll still come back.
Is that Lee guy inside, or is he outside still?
He's inside. You find him in the cell. He's in the cell.
Okay, I was going to go in.
And-
Is the other guy there too?
The other guy's there still just staring at the thing. Like they just ignored him.
All right, let's get him out of the
Yeah.
cell.
Yeah.
And Lee thanks you profusely.
Yeah.
He also seems to be not so stupid.
Yeah, you might want to get out of here. Go and hole up back at your laundry or wherever else, because this is not a good place to be tonight.
Well, the things that are firing off those fireworks, you might not want to stay in the area if you can move you and your family. This is not a great place to live.
Who's firing the fireworks?
We all just shoot looks at each other.
Someone
Mesa.
someone up on the mesa
Mesa.
who's wanting to mess with people, and apparently blame it on you.
The
Yeah.
Apache?
I doubt it. Well,
Who
no, I
knows?
doubt it.
We don't know. We just know it comes from out there.
Oh, well, yes, I think maybe it's time to leave this town. And he'll thank you, and he runs off.
I'm gonna take the crystal thing the guy has and wrap that up and put it in something so the witch can't spy on us.
All right, yeah.
And,
You take it out of his hand, and he like looks up with just like, no intellect behind his eyes.
But so do we think it might be the Apache? I may have failed to have disclosed this in the past, but the Wendigo was one of the great race that was being controlled by the tribe at that pass.
Okay, I realize this is probably not the time for this, but can we come up with a new name for these people?
For the what?
Because I think it gets confusing with. I don't want to seem like a terrible person, right? So can we call them something else?
Which them?
Yeah.
The great race. Can we
Oh.
reference them as like
you
mediocre morons or
you're
something?
upset about that, but you're not upset about calling everybody else the stupids.
I was called a racist, and it still hurts, right? So I just want to come up with something else.
When you say the great race, the idiot guy like goes
Oh, interesting.
and starts.
See, nobody likes a racist.
Why are the best phrases ones that we can't use on YouTube?
I know.
That's what makes them the best. Oh, well done.
I mean, Jared, do you know if they call themselves anything else?
I mean, do I know if they have some sort of unspeakable name that I can butcher in front of everyone?
Would you like to make a Cthulhu mythos roll?
Yeah, you should.
I'm not going to make it unless I believe really hard in myself. No, not even close.
All right. You don't know. You're very happy to not know. There are things
We can call them, let's see, we can call them the creepy ones. We could call them the
Or
bad
just
ones.
great ones. How about we just call them great ones?
They're not that great.
Control and fuckwads.
Another one we can't use.
But look, it might actually not be them. The Apache might be using them.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around.
Well, I think this woman who makes these wind chimes and these crystals, perhaps we should ask her what she knows.
Do we know where she is?
Involved. She's probably down near the schoolhouse.
Yeah, she is the school marm.
Right.
I'm gonna turn to the I forget the person's name. If it's Li Chen, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, he took off.
Okay.
He's
right?
he's gone. Li Chen is gone.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Well, yeah, I guess we
Yep,
don't have any
all right.
other leads or anything, right?
Mhm.
Well, let's mosey on down.
Well, all right. Here's my question. Is this something that we are actually trying to solve? And if so, why? It seems to be dying down on its own. Are you that attached to figuring out what the control and fuckwads are trying to do?
They
Why
might
are we,
come some
why are
other
we still
places.
here?
Because they
Yeah.
might come out from here to other places.
yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Where? They are a very long way from anything else.
They're everywhere.
But the people here have been doing a fairly decent job of taking these bodies to itty bitty pieces.
True, true.
Why is this our problem?
I have a question. Do the CFWs have a connection to the case?
CFWs. Nice.
CFWs. I like it.
God, that is not an acronym that's going to stick.
It needs to.
Ah,
I already forgot what it stands for.
Controlling fuckwads.
Yes.
Thank you. Because if they don't, maybe it is time to sneak out of town. If they
Or if
do,
it does, maybe it's a time to sneak out of town.
well, I mean, I do like the idea. If the Apache are controlling them, and I forget the name of the prior tribe, which marked me and never came back up again. Yeah,
I think they were Utes.
Utes. Well,
That
I mean,
sounds right.
if the
Jared,
Apache
what
are
happened?
if the Apache are controlling them, then that means they've got a way to control them. That is not bad information to have in general,
Are they
but
able?
there is a risk.
Yeah. Because if they're able to control one of these things that, made you, not to put too fine a point on it, they're powerful. And they might be more powerful than we are by a significant margin.
You're talking about the race or the Apache?
The Apache. Because the CFWs made you, right?
Well, I mean, truth be told, I don't quite have a problem if the Apache are controlling them. If they're more powerful, all the more power to them. And as long as they're sticking it to the great race.
Then I circle back around to what are we doing right now here tonight? Are we going to keep enabling a frankly terrifying doctor to try and get the scientific stuff that he wants? Are we going to track down the people up on the mesa who are blowing shit up? Are we going to find out if the Apache are controlling some member of the great race? Or are we going to just get the fuck out of here because we did what we came here to do?
Well, I'd like if we could get a decent night's sleep, if nothing else.
Well, that ain't going to happen here tonight.
We did what we came for. We get paid for that. We get our it's us. That's what we do. We did it.
I also wonder if there isn't something about this area that's bringing the dead back to life. And if we get that body out of here, it might stop, well, being unalive.
Was it the tablet?
that's what I thought at first until I saw the rest in the town.
Right. Because I don't know if it's that tablet, but it's still inside of its chest, right? And it hasn't done anything like this before. Or at least not that we've seen.
And theoretically, the chest is supposed to contain it.
And the chest is still intact?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm very much in favor of loading up what we have into the shaggin' wagon and just getting the fuck out of here tonight. Get another couple miles away, maybe 5 or 6 miles if we have to, and try to get as much sleep as we can before the sun comes up, and then just keep going and get back and turn the body in and go off to Mexico and deal with that tablet thing. Because if we deal with every little problem between here and there, we are never, ever going to get this done.
All right. I'm with you.
Jared?
Thank you.
I mean, I'm torn. The whole point of disposing of this tablet is to take power away from the great race. But if we've got him here and we can do, if there's some sort of information we can get that'll help with that, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard to pass it up, but you make a damn fine point that it's not worth the risk.
If the CFWs are here, then we need to get this tablet away from here as fast as possible.
Right, because the other problem is what if the Apaches aren't controlling them? What if they're controlling the Apaches and we take the tablet straight to them? That
There
is
you go. There you
far
go.
too great a risk, according to what you told me, Jared.
But I'd still like to know if the witch is the one who's involved with raising the bodies, because I'd like to know if that's something that the great race can do.
Fair enough. Do
Right.
you want to stop off and say hello and goodbye to her on the way out?
I don't think I'd know what to say, to be honest.
Well,
It's
just
usually
go
a very
on out.
final farewell with y'all.
Just ask her what she knows. Well, she's the school teacher. Maybe she can teach us.
You see all these bodies walking around? Does that have anything to do with you? And then see if she lies to us.
There you go.
That means I gotta be there.
Why? What are you going to do? Punch the truth out of her?
Well, I'm the best at detecting lies.
Oh, okay.
And ghosts.
Sure, buddy.
Witches are covered with ghosts. Well known fact.
that's
69.
Okay, you are slightly better
Yeah,
than I am.
yeah,
I am
yeah.
63.
All right, but between both of you, all yeah.
You are both wonderful at it.
We're both fantastic. Look, I don't recommend us splitting up at this point. I think we go and we all talk to this school marm lady. We get whatever answers we can out of her, and then we leave
All right.
immediately.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so you leave the sheriff's place and you are going to head out there.
I wait until everyone else leaves, and if there's any money in the safe, I'm gonna take it.
All right, are you going to make me a luck roll?
Ooh. Nope.
All right,
That's worth inspiring, though. This is a noble cause.
Yeah.
Here.
you've got somebody backing you up on that. So,
Right. 06.
all right,
There
yeah.
we are.
So, idiot sheriff left the safe open.
Oh,
And
I
so
thought that we
Can afford
okay.
food again.
And you find in the safe is different than the gun cabinet.
Okay.
Inside the safe, you find $200 in gold and the sheriff's like all the paperwork for the town, essentially the town charter and all of that.
Just take the gold.
No, get the turn. Read. Good.
Yeah, I was going to say, read through it really quickly. Like, is there,
Right.
take it with us and
Break this thing wide open.
yeah.
Come on, Mr. Journalist Man.
Yeah.
I just, in my head, I have this like nagging feeling that people are just like, do this, do that. So I'll
I was going to say, if you don't take the papers, I'll grab the papers and read them while we're at the witch's house.
He's the last one left in there. isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know.
The problem is you'd have to admit he was in the sheriff's safe.
yeah.
Or he
No,
found it
no.
on the desk. He could have said he found it on the
Put it
desk.
on the desk.
Town charter was just sitting on the desk.
No, why not?
I mean, he
It
does
wasn't-
have the stupids.
Yeah. I mean, the safe was wide open, so Are you taking the town paperwork or not? It's literally the only thing that says this is a town.
Yeah, no.
Just
Just rip it out. It's not much of
Tear
a
it
town
up.
anymore. Just light her on fire.
No, I would have. I left it there.
All right. The as you're leaving, the idiot guy like sort of just idly gets up, goes back to the cell, and closes the door. The door does not lock, and just lays back down on the cot and starts going.
Oh, should I give him the crystal before I leave?
Jared comes back in. Oh, I wanted to leave this crystal with you. My hands are in the safe.
He comes back in, and you're looking at the charter like.
I mean, I could set it on fire.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care. I mean, just don't rat me out the next time I murder someone. But
That's a sentence.
We've all got.
I feel bad. Like there's nothing to the guy. It's like I feel like give him the crystal, give him something. His life is not super, and if this brings him anything,
It's just making him sit there.
Fine, do whatever you want. I don't
it's
care.
better than.
So
No, it's not. That's fun.
That's an episode title.
It's better.
you all, as you're outside, the sounds of chaos and devastation have all subsided, and now you hear like hammers and wood and cleaning and sweeping and that sort of thing, and like it seems like people are trying to like get things going again. But you do every once in a while see somebody just wandering down the street, just looking around.
No, they didn't get et, so that's something.
There might be breakfast chili if we stay,
We are
Oh.
leaving.
just for breakfast.
Jared,
All right.
We've got trail rations.
Ah,
I will beat you stupider.
I just want to take a second here to tell Viscera 13, you can never talk enough G.I. Joe for me. You can talk G.I. Joe randomness all you want. I don't know if you've watched our show before, but we've had several Serpentor discussions
They're generally pretty long.
in the past. Go back to season 1. All your Serpentor stuff is there. So yeah, you head out and you start to you all get in the wagon, and you are heading to the school marm, and we are going to take a break there.
There it is.
So we will be back just as soon as 6 people can use 5 bathrooms.
All right. Watch me on the other side of the studio with another shirt on.
Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment and thank you for watching and supporting us. It's challenging to produce this content week after week, and your support really does make a difference. In fact, all of your support we call Tavern Upkeep. We have a monthly goal that we need to reach in order to maintain and to grow. We have currently set this at $1,500 per month. These funds go to purchasing and shipping giveaways, game and game accessories for us to use on the stream, and a portion of the rent here at the studio. We are asking you to help us reach that Tavern Upkeep goal every single month. There are many ways to contribute. The Patreon is the best bang for your buck. As a Patreon member, you are part of the Guild of the 5 E's with access to work-in-progress RPG supplements, the Patreon-only Discord channels, and a space to play in our Guild of the 5 E's D&D campaign. The higher-level patrons can even affect the outcomes of our streamed games by awarding players with cards from the Deck of Inspiration. Another way to support us is by donating bits during a live stream. For each 500 bits donated, an inspiration coin is granted to the players or the GM. There are various effects based on the game system, but in Call of Cthulhu, 1 inspiration coin is 1 reroll. On Dungeons & Dragons, a single coin can be used to add a d6 to any d20 roll, and 2 coins may be added to redeem for a random draw on the Deck of Inspiration. Subscribing on Twitch, whether it's a tiered subscription, a Prime, or a gift sub, helps us fill in the Tavern Upkeep. You get access to Twitch emotes, subscriber-only Discord channel, and a second entry into every on-stream giveaway. The last way to help us with our Tavern Upkeep goal might be the easiest. When you enjoy our content on YouTube, turn off the ad blocker. We put ads in every 30 minutes, so it's not too annoying, but that ad revenue really does add up. With all of that said, the most important thing we can ask of you is to join us live, on replays on YouTube, on podcast, on social media, and the Discord. We are grateful for every member of this community, and we would like to see it continue to grow. Tell your friends and share a link. Thank you.
Welcome back. You know, I just noticed Serpentor is not on my G.I. Joe shirt. Tomax and Zaymot made the cut.
Yeah, but I mean, Serpentor was like came in
on.
late.
Yeah, he was after the movie.
Yeah.
By the way, Viscera, the answer is, how would you make Serpentor in D&D? I wouldn't do that to Serpentor.
How would you make him in Call of Cthulhu?
Oh,
Make up whatever needs to be happened plot wise.
he would be a serpent person.
So Yanti is where we're starting. Got it.
Oh,
I don't
you
like
need
it.
to run Call of Cthulhu G.I. Joe.
Oh man, that is actually
Why have you?
that is a great idea. Wow.
Okay, let's cancel this right now. Let's make our character sheets. I'm actually excited for this.
Oh, that would
the
be
big-
cool. That would be a nice
And the
one
big
shot.
evil is Elf. Like he's in control. Elf is in control of the Great Race
Hey,
from another
Willie!
planet.
Let's not make
Hey.
this perverted, okay? Let's keep
So,
it-
so it's the 80s TV show Blowout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And you know,
Are we-
we'll
Oh,
got to work in the Transformers in there somehow.
Are we the
Actually-
Alien versus Cobra controlled
don't-
by Alf?
We don't have that kind of budget, so it'd be the GoBots. That's the
I'm
no,
out.
we know we could dress up as our favorite 80s characters to do this. This would be awesome.
I mean,
That would
come on, we
require me-
finally
That would require me knowing anything about the 80s.
All you need to know is that Gummy Bears is the best TV or the best cartoon.
I think I said the bad guy in Gummy Bears was my first impression. I like worked on his, you gummy bears, I will get you.
Wow. See, now I did Sesame Street.
I watched Care Bears as a kid. Does that count? Traumatized, right? But you know.
I don't remember. I just the Care Bears were too unironic for me. Yeah, you are before break you were headed to the schoolhouse, and you get to the schoolhouse, and unlike most of the rest of the town, the schoolhouse still seems pretty well shuttered up. The door is not open. There's no anything. There's no sign of anybody, that sort of thing.
All right, Jared, this was your idea. You take the lead. I'll
Yeah.
back you up on it.
All right, I'll go up to whatever looks like the door where I would think that someone would answer from. I don't know how this place is set up, like if she lives in the school or anyhow, I'm
Probably.
knocking on something.
Yeah, you knock on the school door, and you hear a woman's voice say, "Don't come any closer."
No, I'm just gonna stand out here. We just want to ask you a few questions.
You're not a mob or anything, are you?
Oh, we want to talk about what's happening.
Yeah, we're actually on our way out of town, but we're
Oh God, that is. Take me with you.
oh, we don't have room for witches. Oh, sorry.
Now, see that one we could use as a time. We don't have room for witches.
Happy
Oh.
Halloween.
Trouble tends to follow us, ma'am. I don't think.
I'm a young widow in a town where dead people are walking. Can you do worse than that?
Well, we got one of
Maybe.
them tied up to our wagon.
Well done. I'll stay here.
All right. We just wanted to check if it sounds like things are dying down, things are going under control, but we're just curious if you might have any ideas as to what happened.
Well, I mean, it seems like I heard the preacher killing people, I heard the doctor killing people, and I'm just staying inside.
Well, I think the doctor was only killing dead people, and the preacher's dead.
What? Wait, so how do you kill dead people? I mean, I know he's not that great a doctor, but
We killed them.
Well, no, the folks around the town, they're mostly bashing them in. Bashing them in worked. If you got a hammer or crowbar, you might want to keep that handy.
what is going on out there?
Well, like I said, most of them So you don't know anything about strange things happen in the area?
I mean,
Ask her about the wind chimes.
I mean,
about
people
those
are
wind
really
chimes.
stupid. What now?
Wind chimes.
Oh yeah, I find these crystals up in the mesa and I make them to sell them for money.
Oh, they come from the mesa.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, you should dispose of all of those, ma'am.
Really? Why?
Because the dead were walking the earth.
What?
Do you want me to? Didn't you know that's what was? Does she not know that?
No,
she say something on the impression.
She did not. She does not seem aware that the. It seems like as soon as she heard gunshots and stuff, she just bolted her way into this place and stayed.
Oh no, the dead rose.
The tone of your voice saying that is terrifying.
Well,
Which part? The matter of fact part, or the fact that he's saying the dead rose?
The matter of fact part.
well, we've seen this before to certain degrees.
Well, that's not less terrifying.
Well, it happens in
No.
well, it does. Not often, but like I said, keep some sort of blunt instrument nearby just in case.
Remember when I asked to go with you?
Yeah, you
Please
we
forget
cleared-
that.
Yeah, we cleared that up. I told you there's one of them hanging off the side of the wagon. If you want to see a living dead person.
No, I don't. No.
Oh, good judgment. Anyhow, just trust me based on the things that I've seen. You want to dispose of all of those crystals.
Oh, okay. You have made a compelling argument. And you start hearing crashes inside.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God, she's gonna OD on crystal dust or something.
I'm like, is that where the glitter came from? Smashed up crystals.
Oh,
I'm kind
don't
of
breathe it in. Don't breathe in the dust.
What?
Don't breathe it in.
Don't breathe. What dust?
Is there any dust coming from the crystals?
Well, yeah.
Don't breathe it in.
All right, I'll wait until I can go outdoors before I break them all.
Also, don't go at night when the fireworks are going off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I figured that one out. I've seen what's going on in this town.
Yep. All right. Think our work here is done.
Yep.
Also, yeah, if you can move in the immediate future, this town's future ain't so bright.
I need to. Yes, thank you. Well, wait, no, you know what? Don't thank you. Have you made things better? I don't know.
Well, we haven't made them worse, and with our track record, that's a win. Bye, ma'am. And I just like hook an arm around
Yep.
Jared.
Oh, yep, that's a good.
All right, yeah, you ride out of town. You ride for about 2 hours before you decide you want to stop and get a couple hours sleep.
Has the undead body hanging on the side of the wagon stopped moving as we get further away from town?
It has not.
Okay, so something in the vicinity rose it, but it's still continuing.
Oh, the feds are gonna love this.
Speaking as someone who is a fed, no, they won't at all.
This is going to bring up some really troubling legal issues.
But I mean, this is gonna be great for you. All the shit you've seen, people are gonna have to believe you after this.
I just don't tell people.
Well, now you can.
I don't want to.
Why not? It's great stories.
We could be coming to the formation of Delta Green in 1870.
You know.
Wait, I think before we turn this body in, we should all act on our traumatized faces a little bit. Like just do some role playing here. Like, oh my God, look what we found.
Abe is
no.
trying to practice being.
They wouldn't believe that after we've been traveling for days.
Oh, that's outstanding.
It's been holding on the cart this whole time.
We just realized it. Ah!
How did that get there? Ugh. Darn, you got to watch on for jumpers.
Hangers on. thought we were
No,
awesome.
better than walkers or whatever the frick the Walking Dead called them.
Yeah.
Well, they called them everything.
Matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you sleep for a couple hours, and then you get back on the road, and you're now 2 days out of Valentine, and Hanratty shows no sign of re-dying.
The more important thing is we didn't restock on our supplies, so we're only eating beans this whole time. Everyone roll sand.
You find on the Arizona on the border, you actually find a town where you can do some resupplying, and you buy some more stuff.
You only park the cart one way all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
I think you leave the cart out of town, probably.
Yeah, we take one of the horses in and just pick up what we need. And
Is the gold dust? Is it nuggets? Is it coin?
It's nuggets. It's
okay,
sorry,
so it's
no.
stamped
You know
or
what? It is coins. It is coins.
Okay. Is it stamped or just?
Yeah, it's stamped. Yeah, it's pressed. Yeah.
I mean, it's untraceable though. Like it's not like, oh, this belongs to town X.
no, it's got the serial numbers in it and everything.
Yeah.
They're gonna know.
Yeah, and stupid sheriff's going to report it stolen.
He's dead, actually. Sure. Undead sheriff will.
Dead. I think it's gonna catch on.
Re-dead. Boy, the doctor is now like, he's waiting. He's like, no, still dead. Oh man, he's very disappointed.
See, it's only going to turn the moment that he stops watching.
Right.
That's right.
You know how it works.
Water never boils.
I like the idea that there's like a delay response from the tablet in the chest, but we just keep moving, but we're leaving a trail of zombies behind us.
The doctor will finally get comfortable enough that he'll like sleep without sleep in his office one day, and that's when the dead will rise again.
The last corpse never rises.
There you go.
There it is. There you go.
Episode title.
There it is, right there.
So you you keep writing.
Marshall, I do. To get the information, I did have to spend some of our tavern's money bribing those guys. So I don't know if there's not a reward for bringing this guy back, maybe that there's expenses paid.
I would know this because I've gone out after enough of these sorts of warring.
Yeah, usually posses would get paid a pittance. Like they'd get paid like 10 cents a day.
Okay. Yeah, there ain't much to it, I'm afraid.
Oh well. I'll just guess I'm out $20. We're all out $20, I should say.
It'll come out in the wash. You can call me Susanna, you don't have to call me Marshall. We've been traveling together long enough. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
he only does that when he's done something wrong.
Or he wants something, or he wants
Marshall?
that's a good point. Elias, what'd you do?
Well, I might have.
What?
I might have found some gold while we were out and about, so I'll restock the tavern.
Well, then what are you complaining about $20 for?
I've just,
So you were going to lie about the gold, not tell us, and ask for more money.
When you put it like that, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't it?
I was going to pay the tavern back, but remember I borrowed money from the tavern. I was going to pay the tavern back plus a bunch more, and then
recoup my loss in double dip. Elias, as you are backpedaling, trying to keep everything aware, you you look up, and over the rise, you clearly see a like old decrepit Victorian building that nobody else sees.
Well, A,
Seeing
how do
ghost
I know no
reports
one else
now.
sees it?
Well, all right, yeah, no one. It doesn't look like anyone else sees it, and you know that other people here see better than you.
So okay, so my does
It's
it?
like
I mean,
north-
is it on
it's like
fire?
northeast
Is
of
it
you. No,
calling
just-
to me?
no, it's quite far away. It just seems like from the silhouette you can see, it seems like a 2-story old Victorian beat up house.
I'm not gonna, sorry to the GM, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't care about that at all.
No problem. You
Are you just
ride
riding
on.
along like this? Like, I don't see it.
Well,
I don't see it.
I mean, have I seen other things? Shacks.
You do not see, I mean, you've seen other like farmsteads and things like that, but you haven't seen, something that no one else reacts to. Normally when you all see a place, there's like a moment of like, let's make sure nothing there's going to kill us, and everyone is like, look to the left, all right, have your guns ready.
Okay, I mean, with that, I'll be like, all right, guys, house up on the left,
On the
Torian
right.
on the right over there.
As we all look to the left.
I don't see it.
No, Abe, your left. Over there.
Jared looks behind to see if they passed it already.
There is no house there. Yeah.
So now you're seeing ghost houses as well as ghost people. Am I understanding that correctly?
You don't. So you're saying you don't see that
Nope.
place up on the hill over there?
Nope.
Is there anything up on that place over there that we can see?
Nope.
Nothing?
It is a weathered hill.
It looks pretty new, but decrepit, I think.
New.
Does it look decrepit?
Yeah, it
I mean,
looks as you get
Victorian. That's
closer-
about now, right?
Yes, it is a current style, but the house seems really beat up.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was an old house from the future.
You know, I was going to ask what the hell you were talking about, and then I remembered Ronnie. So, it's not like time fuckery hasn't been part of our modus operandi lately.
Speaking of time fuckery, I'm going to advise a no-go on the old house from the future. Just
Seconded.
because you know what I don't need to do today? Walk into an extra dimensional Victorian home and then end up I don't know where. Anybody else with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's a gateway straight to Mexico.
Well, we're not dropping him off at Mexico. We're not bringing him to Mexico.
And also, Elias, I hate to say this, but in which universe would any god be kind enough to just put us exactly where we want to be?
And that's how you found yourself in Mexico.
Except it's the wrong country. He's like, you're supposed to be in Peru.
No, you're in New Mexico.
No.
It's even better than old Mexico. What are you
Yeah.
complaining about?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna
it's
keep an
newer.
eye out on it and
Yeah,
move on past.
It
Just keep
quickly
going.
recedes. It quickly recedes out of view. That night, as you camp, you become aware of the awful stench that is now emanating from your buddy Hank.
Oh boy.
Whose turn is it to change him?
Oh, that's funny and disgusting. Fun gusting.
Disgusting. Right.
Well, we just moved the wagon downwind, right?
How many more days before we reach our destination?
It was 2 weeks.
Oh,
We.
my goodness.
Oh wait, it's going to be less than that because you're going to Carson City to drop.
Yeah,
in.
we're going to
yeah,
anywhere with a federal courthouse to drop this body on their door.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, you could just head for. Yeah, so you can. Let's see, federal.
Phoenix?
Well, Phoenix is actually south of where you were.
Well,
Good,
yeah.
that's where we're headed anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it still only took us a couple days to get down there. Hearing like it takes days to go down and weeks to get back. We were transported into the past in a future house.
Be here. I think your best bet is going to be. Well, let's see. Carson City is pretty far north in Nevada.
Because I think like
Salt Lake is actually more north.
am I wrong? But are we going to continue heading south toward Mexico to try and
Phoenix is probably your closest.
All right.
Let me just.
So I think we probably would have headed straight down that way.
Yeah, just assume that we headed straight to the closest place to get rid of the.
Yeah,
Not
because
that we don't love traveling with an animated corpse.
we do. We hate it.
One thing I need to check.
Was there a federal courthouse there?
Because eventually he's going to start falling apart.
Unfortunately, Arizona is a territory in 1870. So there wouldn't be a federal courthouse because it's not a federal district. So it looks like. Let's see. Is that closer?
I don't think might not be closer. Oklahoma.
Well, I'm seeing like what is closer than Carson City for you guys.
To the internet.
So you are in far north Arizona. So Carson City is there. Salt Lake is a little closer, triangulating. Who is Albuquerque? It's New Mexico estate. You guys love New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Wait, Carson City.
According to the internet, it's in
Utah?
Nevada.
Yes, Carson City is indeed in Nevada. Nope, New Mexico 1912 was the same as in Arizona. So yeah, statehood wise, it's going to be Carson City is probably the closest.
1812, aren't we well past that?
1912, sorry.
Oh, I thought you said 18.
Federal courthouse, I don't know if there's one in no, there's probably not one in Los Angeles yet. So yeah, Carson City would be your closest.
Carson City, not Nevada.
Carson City, Nevada.
That's like in Reno.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going home. Where are we right
And we
now?
were in northern
Phoenix.
Arizona.
So there's nothing in Vegas. So unless Salt Lake City is closer.
And Texas.
How did we get down there so quickly is the question.
California, Los
Nothing
Angeles.
really happened.
Yeah, but LA
Well,
doesn't. Does
LA is
exist?
right now a pueblo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas would have one. Dallas is closer to Mexico, but farther than Carson City.
So
So
we
if you
just
wanna-
have to be.
So
I guess
basically, you
going
get to
back
Dallas,
home
you
is probably the best.
cross, and unfortunately, you can't take the train.
Right.
A, the shaggin' wagon, and B, a zombie.
So why don't we head back to?
As opposed to trying to get to Dallas.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I mean, let's just get
On
rid
the
of
way.
this ASAP and then we'll catch a train or something because trains always go so smoothly for us.
Well, the problem with that though is that places that we're going won't involve trains. So either we rent or buy horses on that side, which has always gone
Always fun.
so well
Yeah.
for us, or we just take the shaggin' wagon back through. It'll take longer, but it's more reliable.
Yeah, you
And I drive, so
One of the things that you're probably going to do when you get home is do some research about expeditions to Mexico
Mhm.
and what the situation currently is in Mexico, because none of you really know.
But we can do that from Texas or whatnot, right?
It's true. You could totally do that in Dallas.
We can do it anywhere there's a good library.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Or-
it's totally your choice. If you want to go to Dallas, if you want to go to Carson City, if you want to go to Kansas City. They got some pretty little women there.
I don't know the reference. Sorry.
Going to Kansas City, here I come. I got some pretty little women there, and I'm gonna get me one.
There you
What?
go.
Man, I
What is
never
that?
thought I would say this about another theater person. You are even more of a musical nerd than I am. I don't recognize that one at all.
Oh, all right.
Sounds horribly sexist.
Yes, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers is also a major
Yeah, well,
classic,
yeah.
and that is a horrible, horrible sexist.
Or the Mormon version, 7 Brides for One Brother.
Oh.
I don't know. Should we go to Dallas? I kind of feel like it's a metropolitan area that.
Yeah, I feel like we have not the Great Danes or
Whatever we are.
called. We have not been to Texas yet. We have not graced them with our
My
pleasure.
home state.
Our pleasure.
Good. We get to go burn Ezra's home state to the ground.
We can, you guys can visit the Alamo.
How far past the Alamo are we at this point?
30 years. If you had Santa Ana with you, going to the Alamo would be really fun.
Oh, wow.
No thanks.
Well, we might pick him up on the way.
He's busy
No,
in
we
Chicago
will
right
not.
now.
He might actually be there.
No, we won't.
And if you find the basement of the Alamo,
Excuse me?
Pee-wee's bike will be there.
Yeah.
That's right.
I am too young for that reference.
Never seen Pee-wee?
Nope.
Just tell him Large Marge sent you.
Yeah. Large Marge, nice.
Love it.
All right, so what follows, we sort of get a travelogue. The Shaggin' Wagon doesn't like mountains so much, but you make it through New Mexico and onto the Panhandle, and it is heading. It is fall now, so it's kind of cold.
But it's Texas.
Well, the Panhandle gets it snows on the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Disgusting question. Sorry to disrupt the Panhandle conversation. If we salt this guy's head, is it going to preserve better so we'll be able to recognize him?
I mean, the skull being caved in is already doing a number on his recognition, but
I mean, yeah, if we put a sack over his head with a good bit of salt in it, it should draw the moisture away so it preserves a little better.
Jared's got some thoughts about actually, you notice alarmingly he's not decaying.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, the stench must be coming from somewhere. So
It's true, yeah. Releasing of gas. I mean, he might still be releasing gases.
I mean, yeah, do we want to find a stream and walk him through it?
No, not
Make sure
really.
there's not too much downstream, of course, because we don't want this to spread.
What I hear you say is, do we want to ruin someone's water source?
I don't want to bathe. I don't want to bathe our zombie, Nick. I'm sorry, Jared.
Yeah,
No, this would be spreading a zombie plague. This isn't like just
no,
making
no.
water
Nah, I
bad.
think
This-
if it's not rotting, I think we should just leave it.
I don't like the
Well, I like the salt idea. Salt
cramps
in the
of
wound.
potpourri down his pants or something.
I mean, salt and would probably work at least to cover the smell a bit. And if we can get any like rosemary or any out like that along the way, we can put that in there too.
He's
Yeah,
just
you find-
he's just decorated like a bouquet.
Right, yeah.
When we get
sage and garlic and
got, like-
salt, pepper on there.
No. He's a chicken wrapped up for the spit.
Should we smoke him? Maybe.
He's very to the extent a zombie can be confused. Like he's just very
He's starting
confused
to get
as you
worried.
keep laying more stuff on him, and he's like,
What the fuck?
his poor world is just constantly.
I'm just gonna love the mental struggle when we deliver him that they go through with just like the fundamentals and then what we like trying to like why any
mean-
of this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what your what your plan on delivering this is, but
It's pretty simple. I think it's gonna correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's gonna be like, here, your problem.
We got good news and bad news.
I mean, you asked for him dead or alive.
We couldn't decide.
You couldn't decide, so we brought you both.
Are you familiar with quantum state?
The problem is that observant changes the quantum state.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why
don't
we
look
wrapped
at
him
the
up so we couldn't observe him, right?
Schrodinger's
bag over
convict.
his head.
So you after several weeks of pretty hard writing, you come into Dallas. It is now late October. There is a little bit of chill in the air, but it's not bad. Dallas is a major cattle town. There are huge flocks of cattle. You come down out of some hills and you see the plain, and you see just huge caravans of cattle being brought in everywhere. And yes, the smell of manure is a welcome new smell to your. And the courthouse is like right downtown. The Dallas courthouse is right by where JFK was shot, Dealey Plaza. And
That's happened already?
Yeah.
Yes, because wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
It was this guy, John Kelly. Everybody hated him, so we shot him. And you ride into town. How concealed is the zombie?
It's wrapped up in a whole bunch of canvas on the side of the wagon.
Yeah.
And with herbs and spices laid all across it.
This is your show, Susanna. This is all you.
And
so much.
You ride up to the courthouse, and that normally you would take the person in and put them in a holding cell.
What would I do with a body? Because this is not the first alive or dead warrant that I have served.
It's true. If it's dead, you usually take it to the morgue for so that you can attest, and then the dead, they can do an identification, that sort of thing.
Well, then.
I wonder if you need to just ask the judge or whoever takes these things to come out to the wagon.
So who would take this if I were bringing in someone alive?
So if you were bringing them in alive, they would be processed like a normal prisoner in the jail, and then a judge would deal with the sentencing and all of that.
Okay, who would do the processing?
The clerk.
Okay, I'm gonna go in and find the court clerk then.
Okay, all right. The court, yeah.
You should bring out both the fellow from the morgue and the clerk and have them fight it out as to who to take care of this one.
Not it. The clerk is, he's got the stereotypical green visor and like shirt sleeves that have those weird clips on them to keep them held up. And he says, yeah, can I help you?
Hi, I'm Marshal Susanna Deschen, and I'll show him my badge.
Well, howdy, Marshal. What brings you to Dallas?
Well, I am serving a arrest warrant, and I could use your expert eye on a couple of things.
Well, yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Come with me.
All right, that's great.
This poor man.
Okay, you're gonna make him make a sanity roll.
Yes, I am.
You don't want to prep him ahead of time. Here's
what we
got.
As we're walking,
what do you make of this?
God damn it.
Hey, Susanna needs some catharsis after all of this.
Yes.
And she has yet to punch Jared repeatedly in the face. So
so you got a fugitive.
What I have is an unusual situation. I admit I have not seen this kind of thing before myself.
Have him make a psychology check to know if that's true.
For this kind of thing, it is absolutely true. I have never served a warrant where someone is both dead and alive.
He currently has no reason to disbelieve anything. He is, he's just excited that a marshal's like, would you come with me? Normally they're like, Here, take this big angry man and make him go in a cell.
What was the name of the fugitive we were after? Henry?
Hank Hanratty.
Hank Hanratty. Probably Henry, but goes by Hank.
Mm.
So I was sent out to serve on Hank Hanratty. You familiar with the name?
Oh yeah, former Confederate.
Yep. And we found him, and he died, and now he ain't.
Beg pardon?
Yeah, that's about as much as I'm going to be able to prepare you.
So you're bringing him back dead.
Well, technically, but also not.
Beg pardon?
Yeah.
All you need is expertise.
All right, so you guys see coming down the stairway towards the Shaggin' Wagon, which is just right in front of the courthouse.
Yep.
Oh God, this poor man.
We're going to carefully cut the package down or untie the package, but we're not. I don't know how we're doing this.
Well, how did we get the herbs and spices wrapped around this guy?
I'm assuming
on the outside.
If he's wrapped, it's just tucked in various places.
Yeah, and like
But he's still got the lasso around him, so
He's tied up and he's wrapped up and.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, so he is dead.
Well, yes, but also no.
Beg pardon?
Should we just unroll him?
Yeah, let's just partially unroll him. Not unlasso him, but unroll him.
Wait, so, sir, fair warning. This man rose from the dead.
Beg pardon?
Yep.
So, Marshall, it's okay. We get bodies in various states. As long as you attest to the identity, we'll
I 100% attest to the identity of this person, but I am also not going to unleash this particular corpse on the morgue people who can't defend themselves.
Beg pardon?
Jared, would you do the honors?
Yep.
I'm still holding the horses.
I'll say yep and unroll.
All right.
Right on the courthouse steps.
I almost want to use bits to make him fail this sanity roll.
There could be bystanders that you can roll for too.
Oh, so the first thing that happens is the smell. Like, as you unroll him, like this blanket now has like a layer of black viscera on it as it unrolls.
I'm taking careful steps back because I know my stomach is not as strong as it should be.
And this guy, like, to his credit, he sort of just stands there looking at it for a moment. What's that?
That, sir, is the corpse of someone who died, about 3 weeks ago now? And then came back to life, sir.
Oh, Elias, you're fully healed, by the way.
Oh, cool.
And anybody else that took damage, I don't think anybody else did. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just thought of that.
I don't either. Why did
roll initiative. So does it still look like a corpse, or is it covered in goo?
It does look like a corpse. It looks like there's some sort of black viscera kind of drooling out of his mouth.
Is he moving?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like as soon as you roll him out, as soon as he feels like he gets a little bit of range of motion, he's still tied up and everything, but he's like worming on the floor.
Is Susanna ready to stop him? Does the clerk have a gun?
No, the clerk is not armed.
Okay.
So you see the situation that I'm in. The warrant said dead or alive, and unfortunately, the situation seems to be both or none of the above.
Could you make him dead?
We tried.
I mean, yeah, we could.
No, we really can't.
Well, no, we could.
No, we could.
We can reduce him to a whole bunch of pieces is the thing.
But given the situation,
that's good.
This should be documented.
Are you willing to attest, sir, that I have brought Hank Hanratty here?
You make him dead, and I will attest that you brought me the fugitive dead.
Well, if we make him dead, then we're going. You don't go to the clerk, do you?
Oh, I'll take care of where the body goes.
He'll handle all the paperwork, right, sir?
Oh yeah. Just make him dead.
All right. So I will like roll him back up into the blanket and be like, we'll be back in about 20 minutes.
He like runs back up the steps.
Don't you think we should get his supervisor and make sure that someone with authority has seen and could testify to this?
Do you understand how much authority a court clerk has?
No.
A lot more
Let
than
me make a law roll. I'm gonna make a law roll. No.
Honestly, if they're not interested, I think that's perfectly fine. Just wrap this thing up and be done with it.
Well, we
Unwrap this thing up and wait.
we take it out to the outskirts of town. We make it into the many pieces that it's going to need to be in order to stop moving.
Well, we just
And
need
then
to
we
do
turn
that.
it in and let them fucking deal with it.
I think
So-
we just bash its head in.
Yeah, it dies relatively quickly. It seems like you had already done a number on him. And so like, another good shot to the, like you hear the neck go, and that seems to end him for a
Cool.
second time.
Then we'll take him to the morgue and send word to that. What was that court clerk's name?
His name was Joseph Schmidt.
Cool. We'll have Joseph Schmidt come and attest that this person is dead. Do all the paperwork. Get this out of my hands.
He'll say, yeah, okay, no problem. And thank you, Marshall. We always appreciate when marshals bring in these convicts and not the general public. It really saves us on the reward money.
Glad to be of assistance, I think. Although I'm sure my posse might have other words about that.
Oh, well, they get the 10 cents a day, 2-week maximum that all posse members get.
Well, if you wouldn't mind paying that, if you wouldn't mind passing the paperwork on for that, I'm sure they would appreciate it.
Of course, no problem. And he'll take your names, and he'll write you. He essentially writes you checks for $1.40.
Cool.
Hey, that's not nothing.
No, it's not.
I definitely need to go to the bank, cash this check.
Luckily, like anywhere in these days would accept, like money is such a weird thing these days. Like
Yeah.
paper is, this is essentially a mark of payment from the courthouse.
Sure. And as soon as we can find somewhere with boiling water, I'm going to go stick my hands in it before. Nope.
Yeah, that's why I stay on the wagon.
And then let's find a reasonable hotel to stay at for tonight before we head off to research. What are we doing?
I mean, this
Research here, I think.
You're probably also going to need some supplies at the
Yeah.
very least for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you find the Bar 40 Hotel, which is like a big old ranch house and a large field that has been turned into a hotel. They'll take care of your horses and stuff, and they'll give you for $2, they'll put you all up with all meals.
Right.
Well, given that we were each paid out $1.40,
Yeah.
or they were each paid out $1.40 for that.
Do you think maybe we should get a proper covered wagon covering for the
Yes.
shaggin' wagon?
Oh, we need to replace.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I mean, rather than the weird tent that was on there.
I'm there. I'm for it. I think we should get ourselves a real
Oh,
wagon.
come on. That'll take away from the oorov of the shaggin' wagon.
Yeah,
We
Diamond
could spring-
Jim will not,
We could spring for a nicer tent.
I mean, we
especially
have
one
to
that
repair
hasn't
the
been
tent.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we have
the
to
main-
repair the tent.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
that was
waterproof
fine.
tent might be nice. Some canvas.
I just feel like they make this is a thing. And it's probably, just they've got the pipes and the canvas all ready to go, and they
don't make wagons out of pipes.
What?
There's a frame. He's talking about the A-frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was made out of metal.
No, I think it was.
I thought it was wood.
I mean, we'd actually,
The slats.
if we wanted to get something, we want to look for one of those. Remember the armor? The what was the transport that we took? That was all.
Oh yeah, the you could like an
The
armored
post.
stage. An
Yeah.
armored stage. You could.
that would be.
Oh,
I wonder how much
yeah.
that would cost.
What?
That would be
much would that-
expensive.
Do we know the ballpark?
I've driven them, but I haven't bought them.
You know what? Let's
Would that
rent.
be a stagecoach?
Nothing goes wrong with
Possibly.
rent.
No.
It would be a souped up stagecoach.
Yeah, there'd be no way we'd bring it back.
Well, I don't gonna know that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, or else we just get saddles and ride horses.
Yeah.
Then we'd have to carry all our stuff. No, we need a wagon for all of our stuff.
Well, that's you just get an extra horse for more.
Well,
And
we're-
what stuff do we have? I
Like
mean, really,
a
outside of like
box?
my
A big
Yeah.
box?
We got a chest that we need to.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get a sixth horse. We can put it. We can strap a chest onto the horse. That's easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, no wagon that we get, including this one, is going to make it down and back.
Yeah, through the jungles. I think we just need to take horses.
I'm not going to the
Yeah.
jungle. What are you talking about?
Well, that's why we need to research. Find out if we have to go through jungles.
I do think that before we make any decisions on transportation, that we figure out where in the heck we're actually going and what kind of terrain is between here and there.
Yeah.
Because if
Good
we
call.
can take a wagon
call.
most of the way, that would probably be a lot easier. Certainly easier on people who don't ride all the time. I say, looking at Abe.
Yep.
Oh
Also,
yeah, give me
that
some
one-
maps and I'll be able to take a look and see if I can figure out a good way to go.
The first
Maybe it's
supper and
charter.
baths.
I'm sorry, what was that, Jared?
Supper and baths. Before we do all that.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Yeah,
we gotta,
that's no problem.
Upper and baths. That was not what I heard you say.
Oh, what was it? Was it bad?
It was something like sulfur baths, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Ah,
We also, depending on where we're going, we might need to take a ship. It might be even faster than traveling overland.
Yeah.
What is that?
So what you know is that you are looking for a place called Tenochtitlan in Mexico. And so you can research, Tenochtitlan, you can research sort of Mexico in general. What is Mexico like right now? You can research things that we should get for a long trip. So let's actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's abstract this a little bit. You guys are all excellent researchers. I'm going to give each of you a check in library use.
all right.
And so we'll start with Mexico. You get some basic history of where Mexico is right now, and it's not in a good place. In 1867, so 3 years ago, Napoleon, not real Napoleon, worse Napoleon III after Napoleon.
Okay. I was like, fake Napoleon? Who's that?
Well, Napoleon, Napoleon III was not he was a questionable guy, but he helped overthrow the Emperor Archduke Maximilian of Austria. That's for you, Braden. Archduke Maximilian of Austria, who had taken the throne in Mexico and turned it into an imperial place. It was once the United States rose up and said, we're not going to have you on the, Mexico's not an empire. Maximilian left and that left a power vacuum that is still ongoing right now. The current president, Emilio, what was Juarez's name? Benito Juarez is the current president, and there is currently open rebellion led by one of the main generals of the war against Maximilian, Porfirio Diaz, and they basically the Juarez regime kind of holds the middle of the country, and then the north and the south of the country are in open rebellion. And you also find out that the United States recommends that American citizens not go to Mexico.
Yeah, but
which party are we friends with?
Right
Juarez
now,
or-
none of them. Oh, the U.S.?
Okay. Yeah, the U.S.
I mean, the U.S. sort of is helping Juarez, but
Okay.
in general is not. There's a lot of thought that the U.S. is trying to, and Mexico's very afraid that the U.S. is trying to annex northern Mexico.
So given those recommendations from the US, though, my library use isn't great. So the thing I'm looking for are some English to Spanish dictionaries.
Texas is full of those.
Well, I will get one for everyone. How much do those cost?
You can get ones for everybody for 50 cents.
and are there phrase books as well as dictionaries?
Don't make this complicated.
Putting sentences together is not as easy as just saying words from the
Yes.
dictionary.
Yeah, let's not. I'd rather
Yeah.
have phrases.
Armed I am. Back off.
It's pretty much what we do in English. I don't understand how it's any different in any other language.
Yeah, but at least we can understand each other when we do it in English.
So you also learn a little bit about the geography of Mexico and the terrain. And essentially, the terrain is very different. There's coastal Mexico, which is verdant and green and nice. Then the whole country kind of then goes up to mountains, except in the north. In the northeast is the Sonoran Desert, which is basically hundreds of miles of just destitute scrubland, rung all around by mountains. And so Mexico is kind of a center thing of mountains with the Sonoran Desert cut out, and then the coasts that are lower down. So any trip either has to go through down the ring of mountains, which is bad, along the coasts, which are the preferred routes, although they are also the most populated routes, or through the Sonoran Desert, which is almost as bad, if not in some ways worse, although in the winter maybe not, as the mountains.
I mean, deserts at night in the winter can be pretty fucking cold.
It's true.
Brutal.
It's true.
Yeah.
There are literally there are no train lines longer than a few kilometers anywhere in Mexico in 1870.
I guess that's good.
And then do we get a location of Tenochtitlan?
That's the one where I'm gonna need somebody. Sure, we'll say you, Elias. That's gonna need a roll.
Oh, I would like
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
an 80,
'Cause
so 88. I made it to 88 miles.
we
an hour.
need to know where we're going.
We will research this each day until we have it. Like
Yeah.
this is we do not leave until we
72 divided by 5 is what?
20,
No,
13, 14.
14. 72
Yeah.
divided by 5 is 14. because
I got a 15.
because
All
that
right.
is what my
Spend one
firearm is
luck.
currently
I'll
at.
spend a luck to get a critical success.
Oh, all right. Cha-ching. Okay. So there are 2 Tenochtitlans in Mexico. Tenochtitlan was the name that the Aztec had for Mexico City.
Mhm.
It's also the name that the Olmec had for their civilization, which was in the coast, in the Gulf of Mexico, in that crook of Mexico.
Oh, we're on the right side of it then.
You also, with that success, you'll also get that the Olmec Tenochtitlan came before the Aztec Tenochtitlan.
Hmm.
And as far as we know, this tablet is Olmec.
That is true.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would almost think we charter a ship or something down the coast. Save us
So
some
the
time.
problem with chartering a ship is that you have to, there's, that is officially entering Mexico. So you'd have to like do a lot of paperwork and all that stuff. Just crossing the border is more dangerous, but easier. Because currently Mexico is not, now in a few years, if you want to wait until 1872, well, really 1873, but if you want to wait for Porfirio Diaz to take over, he loves America.
But do we know that that's going to happen is the question. Do we have any inkling that it's going in that
You
direction?
barely even
No
know
idea.
who Porfirio Diaz is. So.
Yeah.
Well, then,
In 72?
What now?
We
What
are
year
in
are
just
we
70.
in?
looking.
That's true.
What's our year?
You know what? It is 1872. Let me see if they say. So yeah, the Juarez is not dead yet, but he will be dead soon. Just wait.
Well, I mean, I just okay. So maybe not chartering a boat. Maybe we buy a boat or acquire a boat, and
we get a boat, we put
Fine.
a tent on the back of it. We have the shagging boat.
Shall I call my fish brethren to charter a boat?
You
I
don't
believe-
have fish brethren, you have fish kids.
I'm sure some of them are adults by now.
They still wouldn't be your brethren. Just saying.
I feel like
It is true that we might not be welcome in the open waters considering past deeds.
yeah.
So you think the closest port, so that's the other thing, is that Mexico doesn't have a lot of great ports.
I wasn't planning on going to a port.
But listen to where it is.
Yeah, that's why he was talking about buying a boat. So it's like we take that boat inland where we feel like taking that boat inland.
Sure. I mean, so you could probably get a boat that could handle the Gulf of Mexico and, a large river, but it would probably be a steamship.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's pitch in. How much is a steamboat?
Too much,
Yeah, but
a little too rich for our blood.
and who are we going to get to pilot it?
Right.
We
Yeah.
pick it up.
So I think we get one more horse and we
It's
just
not like a horse.
we're riding horses.
I do like the idea of surviving to our destination.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it? Yeah, it's so the closest good port in Mexico to where you want to go would be Veracruz, which is also the main port of Mexico in this day in 1872.
No, we specifically wouldn't want to go to that.
Okay.
I mean, that's the whole. If we get a boat, it's so that we don't have some pesky captain being like, "But you have to follow the law." Thank you. Exactly.
Well,
But at
fair.
least now we know where we're headed. Because I mean, if you look at a map, that's really far.
It's true. Yeah,
I mean,
Veracruz.
it is.
Veracruz. I mean, Mexico is very spread out. There's a lot of miles and miles of miles and miles.
Mile after mile of just mile after mile in a land
Mhm.
that'll swallow you whole.
If we can get distance on a boat, I do like that.
I mean, if we go on horses, we're not going to be going super fast anyway, and we can get a pack
true.
mule that'll haul all of our stuff. They're literally bred for that sort of thing.
It'll give us time to actually learn Spanish.
Are we friends
fun.
with Belize or Guatemala or whoever's?
Not really. Those are the 1870s are, Manifest Destiny and all that, and that has not led to Latin and Central America being the biggest fans of the United States. We are, there's the famous quote. I think Porfirio Diaz actually said it. Poor Mexico, so close to the U.S. and so far from God.
Yeah.
Separation of church and state, yo.
Really, I think he'd be fine with being far from God. It's just being close to the U.S. He's not as such a.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even in this time, the U.S. is the 800-pound gorilla.
All right, so we're just gonna horses and a mule.
Then you do some research, and it's you're gonna want horses. You're probably each gonna want a backup horse, so that you won't ride you'll switch horses out. And
we're gonna get the horses and a mule. We're gonna put them on a boat, and then we're gonna get as close as we can, and then
Swim the horses ashore? What?
So, I mean, you could probably, so from Dallas, you'd head down to Houston, and from Houston, you could get to the coast, and there'd probably be a boat that could take you to Mexico. But if you want illicit stuff, you're going to have to look for somebody who will, not take you to Mexico. Wink, wink.
Wink.
Ship fare New York to San Francisco is $200.
That's what it costs to not buy the boat.
Yeah.
So you are all in your you're in your hotel, going talking about routes to go, and you all start as you hear an unfortunately familiar voice going, "Huh, you're going to Mexico, huh? I can help with that."
We all scramble for our guns.
Yeah,
has Ramsey heard this one? I don't remember.
I'm not sure you have experienced Brown Jenkins.
No, I don't think so. It's what was that?
Oh, I like the new kid. You want to learn Spanish?
Don't you dare. Do not make a deal with this thing.
But what are we talking
All right,
to?
so you turn around and you see sitting on the table, drinking a martini out of one of those glasses with an olive in it, and wearing an ascot is a disturbingly human-looking brown rat. It's about 2 feet tall. And he's literally just reclining on the table with his martini glass.
Is this a friend of y'all's?
Nope.
No.
Friend would be stretching the word to the absolute shattering point.
Business associate.
Even
Attempted
that.
murderer right there.
Yeah, there we go.
What do you mean attempted? He's murdered a lot of people.
Well, no, but he tried to murder me.
Oh,
Well, then
so that
why
one
don't you all
counts.
have guns out? I pull out my gun because
Wow, the new kid's a pistol.
Kind of lower the rifle and go I'll shoot on 5 if anybody wants to.
5, 4.
Yep.
If you say 5, I'm gonna fire.
You want to get kicked out of another hotel?
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, it'd be the 7th, I think.
Something like. What do you want?
Well, I got tired of German food.
I put my gun back because everybody's just not doing what I think they're gonna do.
Well, the gun's still.
We never do what you think we're going to do.
Gun's still. We all still have our guns aimed at him, right?
Oh,
You're not
okay.
that
I wasn't sure.
stupid
I wasn't sure. Okay, I wasn't sure.
No, I'm serious. I can help you get to Mexico,
Right.
and I can teach you Spanish.
And the cost is...
Well, I mean, the good news is we'll take your German friend's soul and we'll call that the whole soul part. So just a little taste.
Don't you already own that?
Yeah. But I'm just saying a little blood.
You are a vampire rat?
That's ridiculous. There's no such thing as vampire rats.
Then why do you want blood?
Because it's delicious. I mean, look, if you'd rather, you can give me your soul.
Okay, you guys, I'm awake, right? I'm awake. You guys are all seeing this, right?
Yeah, Ramsey, the downside of shooting this thing is that it probably wouldn't do much good.
Yeah, it just comes back, unfortunately. So just some blood, no ongoing contract, no souls, nothing, none of that sort of shit. Just some blood right now. Done deal. Nothing more.
Yeah, I just need some blood.
Why? Can't you just go tap off of Jonesy whenever you want?
Jonesy?
Well, got some bad news for you about Jonesy. Running out of blood.
Is she alive?
Oh, yeah. Probably going to live another 3 or 4 months. Haven't noticed the cancer yet.
The what?
Oh, I've said too much.
Oh no, something's wrong with Jonesy. Wait, this thing is... How do you know it's telling the truth? You're not friends with it? This is just...
From what I've observed, when it makes a deal, it finds itself, it's a hell of a lot of loopholes, but it does keep whatever bargain it makes.
So we're bargaining with the devil.
Yeah, basically.
To be honest with you, I'd rather stumble through a foreign country with not knowing the language and probably dying of God knows what kind of insect bites than...
It's dysentery. It's the dysentery that gets you.
Thanks. We'll pack water. Thanks for the tip. Pro tip, pack water.
So Jonesy made a deal with the devil and now it's after us?
It's not exactly after us so much as it knows that we're pretty easy marks.
I mean, we're in a bind.
Yeah, it knew that we needed to go to Mexico.
Are you going to sign a thing that says that, Mr. Jenkins, that all it is a little bit of blood and then there is nothing else being taken?
Well, sure. I can get my law firm to draw it up right now.
I'd like that. And then I'd like to have a minute or 5 to read over it.
And he says, maybe I'll go to the Xeric office. I could do with some patisserie. I'll be right back. And he slowly descends into the table and just disappears.
Yeah. We don't like that fucker. We try not to make deals with him. We are kind of up shit river without a creek. Without a paddle, rather.
I love that. That was good. Shit
Yeah.
river without a creek.
I'm tired. Okay.
Back to the dysentery thing.
I'm tired.
That's awesome. That was good.
I don't think we should do it.
No.
Yeah.
It's just a travel. You know what I mean? It's just either a boat ride or a horse ride for 2 weeks.
The problem is that it ain't just, right? Because everything is in disarray over there. There is a very strong chance that we're going to die on the way there.
Oh, well, but what is this vampire rat thing going to be able to do?
Get us there. Teach us Spanish.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. We got to be able to hire a guide somewhere. Maybe we even call the Pinkertons, see if they've got a Spanish-speaking guide down here.
How far do we know how far the Pinkertons' influence ranges at this point?
They definitely have people in Mexico.
Anywhere where there's a threat of a union, they're there.
Chase down those werewolf unions.
There is no threat of a union in Mexico right now. That is for sure.
There's barely a threat of a government in
there's barely a threat of any. So right now Mexico is mostly huge farms called cadillos that are like
Yes.
massive ranches that are hectares long, owned by like 7 people. There's like a ridiculous oligarchy in Mexico.
There's there's also the potential we go to university. It might take longer, but we maybe get an archaeological mission going down there. I mean, I think that there's so many options other than Brown Jenkins.
Well, I cannot believe that I'm arguing in favor of Brown Jenkins. But how much time do we have before the influence of that tablet keeps leaching through the bone chest?
I feel fine.
The idea of the bone chest is to reduce its you don't have a soul. You shut the fuck up.
I take that just as a it's like, yeah, they're just saying bad things about Jared.
But I mean, the whole idea of the chest is to reduce its influence. It doesn't take it away entirely, and a slow poisoning is still a poisoning. So how much time do we actually have with this thing before it does whatever it did to the last people who had it? Because I don't think we have that much time. Not really.
You don't.
God damn it all.
So I took the liberty of offering you 2 options. Menu A, I like to call it the full service. A little more expensive, sure, but you're going to get to Mexico. 2, maybe 3 of you, depending, will get full knowledge of the Mexican language. Now, I do have to admit that the transportation is uncertain, so I can get you within 100 miles.
100 miles. Do we arrive with horses or are we on foot?
Well, depends on what makes it through the portal.
That is a lot of uncertainty right there.
Well, the more you send through, it's all conservation of energy.
And the cost for that is?
Well, that's the entire blood of one person. You just got to find somebody to kill.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It doesn't have to be one of you. Although the new kid looks like he's, there's some fire in that blood.
I mean,
so 100 miles to the east would be a bigger problem than 100 miles in any other direction.
Well, it's true, but I can pretty much assure you, you're not going to end up in the ocean. Now, you might have noticed, magic's more an art than a science.
You don't look like an artist to me.
Oh, I am Rembrandt and Chagall. Well, you don't know Chagall yet, but he's great.
Does that contract say?
Actually, looking at you, you don't even know Rembrandt.
No.
Does that contract say innocent person or person?
Just says person. Rapists are delicious. No arsonists, though. They don't taste so good.
Why not? Imagine they taste like barbecue.
Now it's all burnt.
What's the second option?
The second option is just I call it the lingua franca. It's cheap, I just get a couple tugs off a couple of your ankles, and you the people that I bite learn Spanish.
And it's a one-time thing. There's no more biting on and the rest of them. Here, let me see that contract.
Yeah, he'll show it to you, and
I will take my time, like reading through all of the legalese, using all of my.
You can make a law roll.
I will certainly make a law roll.
You specialize in devil contracts?
You know what? Law is law. Lawyers are the devil anyway.
So perhaps the most alarming part of all of this is that this contract is written by a terrestrial law firm.
Like I said, the lawyers are the devil anyway. I got a 57 out of 62. So.
All right, yeah. So what this contract says is that Brown Jenkins will get a minute of sucking your blood, and you will learn Spanish to at least it says at least a high school level.
Does that mean anything to me?
No.
Okay.
High school level.
It's a high school.
Yeah, I was about to say this high school Spanish I took.
Yeah, you can basically
What is
ask
it?
where the bathroom is.
Yeah.
But
What does this mean? The high school level part.
high school? Yeah.
You'll learn enough Spanish that look, you're not just going to be able to order food. You're going to learn important vocabulary.
Are we going to be able to ask like the weird? Are we going to be fluent?
Probably.
Are we going to be able to negotiate our way out of a gun battle?
You can't do that now.
Look?
That's 2 souls for that ability.
So we just need to kill 2 people then. And
You know, I would offer you Jared, but he doesn't have one. So.
Yeah.
I could give you the knife again, Jared.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's politely declined.
Right.
Anybody else? He reaches from down in the table and he pulls out this impossibly ornate knife that is, just looking at it, the sharpest thing you've ever seen. This is a blade that wants to be held and wants to be put into someone's body.
Oh, I was thinking whittling.
You
What kind of
disgust
wood
me.
what kind of wood you gonna whittle with that?
Oh no, I
Yes.
was just, when he said there's going to be a nice knife, and I was thinking, oh, I could use
Although-
it. No, I can't.
There was a guy in Budapest who did some lovely human whittling. Now, he was an artist.
Right. Well, looking at this, Mr. Jenkins, I'm afraid that just being to a kind of basic conversational level probably isn't going to be to our standards for what we need to handle.
You know what? You drive a hard bargain. I'll guarantee fluency. And he snaps his fingers, and you watch the words on the contract like rearrange.
Got to reread it now.
And I will like take the time to reread that entire section.
Yep.
In detail.
As you do that, Jenkins reaches down and he pulls out a white container. Says, "Anybody want a dumpling?" And he's got chopsticks, and he says, "The charmouille. Oh, gotta try them."
Susanna is refusing to be distracted, reading through that, but also flipping back to the part about the price to see if that changed too.
The price did not change. Only thing,
Wow, go ahead.
the only part that changed is that he now guarantees fluency in the Mexican language.
For whoever he bites and
Mhm.
sucks off of. That's a sentence.
What does the Mexican language mean?
Spanish. Although that's an interesting question. He says,
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's going to be Spanish, but you could, if you want to learn a dialect or something like that, well, that'll cost you a little extra, but we could make that happen. I mean, technically, Olmec is a dead language, but we can make it live again.
I mean, the whole entire point is that we were able to communicate with the people that we're coming across, which means not a dead language.
You never know when Olmec's going to be useful.
Right. And I'm going to put the contract down. Am I satisfied that this is what he is saying to us? Like he's
Yes.
not trying to.
You made the
Legal
law
word.
roll, so there's no secret clause or anything like that.
Okay. And I've gone through the document like 3 times at this point because Susanna trusts nothing that this weasel is doing.
Right.
Yeah, all this time I'm looking at everybody else going, what are they? Is this real? I mean, everybody seems to be very, concentrated and very like, yeah.
Jonesy just spent 3 weeks with a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair.
Yeah, like, well, but this is different than a zombie.
In what
Is
way?
Better or worse? I don't know.
Yeah, don't know, but it's like it's a different thing. Well, I guess Ramsey's seen
know what?
like worms and all sorts of weird
What I
stuff,
hear
so-
here, Ramsey, is you should make a sanity roll.
That's what I'm thinking.
Heck.
Wasn't Ramsey in the hotel room?
Wasn't Ramsey with all the
battled,
ghouls? Ramsey's the one who shot.
Well, I'm trying to remember, was Ramsey in the hotel room when Brown Jenkins came in?
I
think
kind of
so.
think we all were, weren't we?
I
Yeah,
didn't-
he has seen Brown
Yeah,
Jenkins.
you have seen Brown
Oh, okay,
Jenkins.
okay. I thought I didn't. So anyway,
It's been, that was a while ago.
No,
Yeah,
I thought because
all right.
when he went into the hotel, we didn't see him because he was in the other person's skin. When we found him in the other place, it was only a couple of us that went in.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think I saw.
I don't know
Ramsey
for
see
sure,
it.
but I don't think Ramsey has seen him with the ghouls, but that was like really briefly and it was dark.
Yeah. All right.
I'm-
So yeah,
I'm-
Ramsey, make me a sand roll.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's seen them before, but
Oh no problem. 05.
All right. You are surprisingly okay with all of this.
All right, and I look around and I see. Well, I think what happens is I look around and I see everybody else's faces, and they're all like, "Yeah," and they're like, "This, okay, this is real," kind of thing. All right. I'm centered now.
all right. I don't think that we're going to be taking the transport option. That is a price that I personally am not willing to pay.
Well, can we do that in Mexico?
Why?
Oh no, the soul's up front.
Well, can we execute the deal in Mexico?
Then we're already in Mexico.
Yeah, but we're not killing Americans. So that's
I'm sorry, what?
Don't worry. That'll be very popular at some point. Future.
So, ¿Quieres tú, oh damn, my Spanish is terrible. ¿Quieres tú español comprende?
I'm going to look at the others and say at least one of us needs to be able to speak the language. And if it's coming down to it, I'll do it.
Well, he can't take my soul, so
That's true. He literally
taste
can't.
blood.
What about Jared's blood?
I think it's awful to him, but
Well, the
but a deal's
alcohol
a deal.
the alcohol content pretty much takes care of the aftertaste.
All right, I'll grab some of that Blackwater whiskey.
Buddy. Right.
It'll help me recover from it.
Depending on, I'd have to go back and look at what level of corruption you're at.
Yeah. Do
You've
you
been pretty
have
good.
those notes?
My con was pretty high. I don't think I'll actually. I think I
You
left that.
you
bottle
didn't get to
back
the
in
bad
the
threshold yet.
I
Only
only had one drink.
that is
I was the one who got to the bad threshold, but at least I got some
There's-
armor out of it.
yeah. There's a bell curve on the old Blackwater. You reach a point where it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse.
Jonesy got to that too.
Yeah. Right. Well, if you're willing to take Jared's blood, I think at least two of us should be able to speak Spanish.
He now has like a napkin tied around his neck, and he's like, bring it to Papa.
Right. Someone have a stopwatch? 1 minute exactly.
I'll pull out my pocket watch.
I'm not going to watch this. I'm just going to call me if you need me.
Call me. if
Not
you-
to get indecorous, but whose ankle am I sampling?
I believe it's me and Jared.
Well, that is quite a contrast.
Won't it just be? Which one you want to start with, Mr. Delicatessen?
The two redheads.
Jared, you're redhead too?
Yeah, because when you described your character, I just stole your description and just made it an old man.
Howard.
Oh man, I forgot. I was gonna have a joke where everybody thought you looked like Jared for. So he'll start with Jared because get the taste out of the way.
Dude,
So
sometimes I'm imagining like the slow teeth, like slowly lifting up my pants leg with.
The tease is what sells it. Yeah. You lose 5 hit points. And there's a minute everyone in the room is entirely disquieted by the awful sounds of Brown Jenkins eating as he's like,
You're just hearing like Jared putting down shots to deal with slamming them.
I gotta give you better alcohol. And you now have a 45 in speak Spanish. And also, Jake, you have a 45 in speak Spanish.
And there's something else. There's something I'm going to find out later, I feel.
Is that it?
What happens to my Cthulhu mythos? Tell me, damn it.
It's gone. He sucks it all up. No.
Is 45 fluency? Because that was what we were promised in the contract.
Yeah, 45 is fluent.
Okay.
You
That's
the
just
only
below
time
my education level. So that's almost as good as I speak English.
with a 45, you're only going to need to roll if it's like translating or dealing with accents or stuff like that. Like you can communicate with most people, no problem. All right. And he goes, now I'm ready for dessert.
And Suzanne just like shakes her head, like scoots her boot off and pulls her leg up, or her pant leg up, and just like, all right, get it over with.
Jared will slide a shot your way to deal with the pain.
Is this Blackwater whiskey?
No, that's back in Reno.
Good. And just take it and shoot it.
Birds of Paradise giving you the 6 points of damage.
Youch. Okay.
And you have a 48 in speak Spanish.
All right.
All right.
He looks up, his napkin is covered in blood. His incisors are now like sticking out. He says, anybody else want to learn Spanish?
Vampire rat.
No, but I'll
Want to
learn
learn Latin?
Olmec.
You want to learn Olmec?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good call.
all right. Let's see if your ankles are as nice as Eliza's.
Same ankles.
Hey, do you remember your fiance's name?
What did you do to Renee?
Nothing.
At least you know the name.
I just wanted to see if you remember
You
her
do it
name.
right off the top there.
That was really funny when you didn't remember her name. All right, you lose 6 points of damage.
Youch. Birds of Paradise rolling hot for you tonight.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And you now speak Olmec 40%.
Jeez, is there any just metagaming? Would we want more Olmec speakers, considering just to like hedge our bets?
I don't know.
I mean, I've got another ankle.
Dead Boy says you have the name written down now. He's like, you have it written on
I have the name memorized.
Uh-huh. Sure.
It is Elias's true
My dear love,
companion.
Renee.
Yeah, he's like Renee as he has it written on his hand.
It's like right underneath the camera.
I'm waiting for him to misread it and it be Rainier.
Yeah, or like Rennie or
Rennie.
Yeah, it's written in Amy's handwriting. So he's like, Roni? No?
Ronnie.
Megan
Not
Pitts.
Ronnie. That's the scary storm lady.
So yeah, he'll, lick it. All right, so last call. I got a little, hold on. Let me shift. Oh, I got a little room.
Can we double dip?
Not you. Ugh.
Oh,
I think that's everything. And I'll roll up the contract and hand it back to him.
All right. Well, shame you can't read and write anything. And he disappears.
Oh.
But we can hand paper to someone and ask them in Spanish to read
That's
it out
right.
loud.
Translate. Yeah.
In
yeah.
Spanish.
That's harder with Olmec, but
That's fine. I'm less concerned about that. So we can't read or write Spanish either.
it is just speak.
Okay. Well, as long as people are speaking it, that's fine.
Everybody that got bit, so you're going to take another week to get all of your supplies together and that sort of thing. And this is going to take most of the money that you have on you right now, including Thomas's newfound wealth, getting this stuff together.
Yeah.
But what that's going to give you is you have a train of pack mules, probably 5 mules, with like a month's food. You each have 2 horses. So when you're riding, you'll be guiding your other horse. Your other horse will be basically tied to your current horse, which means you can't really go very fast. You're not going to be able to, like, unless you like cut loose or something like that. You're not going to, when you have 2 horses together, it's just, this is not the charger way of doing things.
Do that.
Charges a light brigade.
That's right. You have plenty of ammunition.
Yeah.
And you have any other basic materials that, well, let's put it this way. Any other basic materials that you would want, we'll do a credit rating roll when you think of them.
So I do.
Actually, I think you're a Jenkins wear, Nick.
Is that how? Okay.
Throughout this, I have been looking at these newfangled things called scopes.
Yes.
Put
What's that?
onto a rifle.
Sure. Yeah,
Oh.
you can find one in Dallas. That's no problem. We'll just count that. So basically, you each are going to end this with having $4 to your name and all of this equipment after your entire stay in Dallas.
All right.
Goodness.
Are you taking or leaving the Shaggin' Wagon? If you are going to go, well, with
You
the
gotta
terrain,
send it back, right?
Maybe we should just sell it and get a new one after we're done.
Yeah.
How's the
gently-
bar going to make money? We have to
gently
get that
used.
thing back to Reno.
The Shaggin' Wagon will, if you go through the Sonoran Desert, once you hit the mountains, the Shaggin' Wagon becomes a real liability.
Yeah, we can't. We got to sell it.
Yeah, if we're passing through the mountains, I think we do need to ditch it. We'll get another if we all survive this.
Everybody who gave blood to Brown Jenkins, make me a con roll.
Ooh.
Ooh, made it by 2.
Can I get inspiration?
Where's my sheet?
This is a roll I should be able to make.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for some reason, that was.
Here comes the fumble.
Could I also get an inspiration on that?
Right here.
Thank you.
You didn't.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's
All right.
I rolled an 88 and then an 89.
Yikes. I got a 20 out of
still
30.
All right, so Jared, you took 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to lose 3 points of Constitution permanently.
All right.
Everybody, the 2 of you that made the roll lose 1 point of con permanently.
Was that in the contract?
I mean, it's, who knows what losing that much blood that quickly does to you. On the plus side, hopefully you don't have cancer.
What Brown Jenkins could tell you.
It's only happening once.
Those are famous last words.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you seem like you're in a bit of a pickle.
Fuck off.
And so so the first part of your voyage is basically south all the way through Texas. And if you're going to go through the Sonoran Desert, then you just keep going south until you hit the coast, and then you'll go along the coast once you're past the desert. If you're going into the mountains, you're actually going to go a little west and then into the mountains.
So I thought the Sonoran Desert was over by Arizona.
You know what? I am misnaming that desert. There is a large desert in the east of Mexico, excuse me. Let me get the name of it here.
If we're
In our
voting, we're not going through the desert if we can help it, right? That's a bad idea.
Well,
It
I
isn't
mean,
that
how
bad.
impassable are the mountains also?
I think we just take the coast down. That seems to be our best bet.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can, yeah.
Yeah, you can take the coast down. Again, that is the most populous route. So you're going to start in essentially in Coahuila, and then travel. Sorry, you're going to start in Chihuahua and go all the way down along the coast into Coahuila, and then into Tamalpais, and then finally into Veracruz, which is the state. And you essentially where you're going is at the very, very bottom of Veracruz. And let's see here. I just want to check the terrain. So yeah, so you're avoiding the mountains. You're coming down along the coast, which from Texas is very easy. Basically, you'll stay in Texas all the way down to the boot of Texas, and then you'll cross into Mexico and travel down that way. So during your time in Texas, you really, everything goes fine. There are a few times when, as you get closer to the border, you are stopped by a group of Texas Rangers who warn you that you're heading towards the border and that Mexico isn't safe, but they also they're not trying to stop you. They're just like making sure that you're getting close.
Yep, we're aware. Thank you.
All right. Well, once you're in Mexico, we can't do a whole lot for you.
Yep, I don't expect as much.
Okay. And you spend your first night camping in Mexico, and you after it everything's fine, and the next day you find a small settlement, mainly adobe buildings, farmers, that sort of thing, and they seem very friendly. And that you stick out a little bit. It's so what you've noticed is that there's a definite physical difference between the Spanish Mexicans and the indigenous Mexicans. You could, not the redheads, but some of you could pass for European Mexicans, who are almost always the rich ones, but none of you could pass for indigenous, for mestizo. You are like, these people will ask you questions, and you quickly learn the unfortunate terms that are still in effect, sadly, in 1870 in Mexico, of the Spanish had a ridiculous racial classification of, like, if you were all European, if you were half European, then you were a mestizo. If you're half mestizo and half European, you're this. And it goes all the way down in all these ridiculous classifications. And they still very much, wonder about that. And when they find out that you're Americans, then they're like, yeah, okay. And there's like a little, they will have a little fiesta, and they invite you to stay the night in their town.
Well, that can never go wrong.
Well, we still need a watch, but that's nice that they invited us in.
And I mean, you're welcome to leave, but they invite you to stay.
We'll make friends.
Something really quick that I sorry if I missed this, but I think it's an obvious thing that we would have done with what little money we had left would be to convert it into Mexican currency.
The dollar is better. The US dollar,
Okay.
the US dollar or just gold.
Gold.
Probably will have changed it into gold or coins,
Sure.
Okay.
small denomination.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because Mexico's currency depends on who's in charge right now, and if you've depending on what currency you have, that will tell you whether or not it's accepted in this part of the country. And as you remember from what you read, this northern part of the country in Cojutla is very much in rebellion. This is Porfirio Diaz. Veracruz is sort of his area of where he rose from, but this whole north and west and eastern part of Mexico is kind of his area. And so yeah, you are given a little pueblo for the night. It's a little kind of cabin-y hut, one for the men, one for the women, and that night there's a lovely meal. There is plenty of alcohol of unknown origin.
But I do have to ask though. I mean, it's Susanna has her own place. And
I get my own
place.
place.
That's funny, yeah.
Donna's the only woman in this group.
So we used to say in
Yes, a
college.
room to myself.
We used to say in college, you got a single.
Hey,
And
I don't have to deal with Jared snoring. I'll take it.
Everyone else has to sleep with the chest.
Maybe Jared gets his own room and the rest of us sleep together.
they you notice like they're doing it up. There's like altars out and everything like that, and they explain to you that today is a day they call the Day of the Dead.
Oh.
And it is a celebration of in their culture of remembering those who have passed, and that the walls between the spirit world are the weakest that they will be. And Elias, about halfway
I just pat Elias on the back.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be a tough day, buddy.
about halfway through the fiesta, you notice like there's like a ring of people like standing out, and they're just like looking at the people and just crying as they like recognize their family or something like that. Do you acknowledge them at all?
I
will just
Did you learn
reinforce.
Spanish?
In Spanish? No, I don't know Spanish.
No.
So
In
I'll
Olmec.
tell you guys that, yeah, there's definitely a ring of ghosts watching.
Can we get out of the ring?
I think they're thankful for the reverence that's being paid to them.
Oh.
So you see him, huh?
They're crying. They're,
Do you want one of us to talk to them or just leave them be?
I think we just let them be, unless there's any that look like they're archaeologists.
You started. So did your sister know anything about archaeology?
Oh my God.
Did your grandmother read Olmec?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. If you could speak Olmec to them and see if never mind, that's a terrible idea. Why are they crying? They're upset.
Well, I mean, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're seeing their families. It's like it's a lovely party in the town. And then at about 2 a.m, they start setting off fireworks. And
Nope.
the ghosts do not like the fireworks. And so the ghosts are like backing away, and that's how they send them away. Oh wow, we just got rated by Devil's Luck Gaming. Thanks, guys.
Hey!
Oh, welcome.
We're finally still playing when they're finished. So welcome. Welcome, guys.
We are playing Call of Cthulhu, and they're experiencing Day of the Dead in a small Mexican village where, some of them speak Spanish. And, so after that, the party starts to like wind down a little, and people start going off to bed. And a little boy comes up to you, Elias, and like says something to you in Spanish. And Jared, you're close by, and you hear the boy says to Elias, "You saw them as well."
Oh, yeah, I'll translate. Yeah, the boy said that you saw them too.
Oh. I wonder how he... Can you ask him when he... ask him when he got this power. That's so weird. I mean, I guess I wasn't the only one.
Okay, yeah.
When
When do you start being able to see him yourself?
as long as I remember it, always today, on Dia de los Muertos.
He says that he's always been able to see them on the Day of the Dead.
Tell him it's a very great gift that he has.
He says, they all want things. They all have messages for their families.
I know that Elias tries to avoid that. Do I know that he tries to avoid it?
I mean, sort of, probably. There have been times when he said, "Hey, the ghost told me we should do this," and other times like, "Nope, the ghosts haven't said anything."
Nope, totally not.
And I can't piece it together that like, well, yeah, he just avoids them when he can, like pretends he doesn't see them. And
You can say
I'll
that.
just tell the kid like, oh, that's a tough lot. Can anyone else in the village see him too, or is it just you?
Think just me.
Hmm.
But it's nice. I saw my grandma.
Yeah, Jared's actually going to kind of go introspective on that because he's realizing his situation isn't
Right.
going to work out that way.
Oh, honey.
My grandma's a tube.
No.
Ezra, we almost never ask for this. Can you please add that to the quote list? Because that was
Please.
really good.
More of a chamber. No, that was my mom. My grandma. Yeah, I guess if you go down the family line, she was a tube. Okay, that holds up.
The kid will say, I try to help as many of them as I can.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're just passing messages,
Mostly they want messages. Some of them want things, though. Things they left here.
well, I mean, how does that work? They can't take them with them, right? Do you like put it at their graves, or?
I bury it. My grandma wanted a necklace, so I took it and I buried it at her grave. She thanked me.
No, it's very good of you. You're a good kid.
Thank you. Tell your friend that I hope that he treats the dead with respect.
I will tactfully communicate that. to him.
And you all, from a night of partying and for once, like letting your hair down and not having a worry in the world, you're each gonna get 3 luck back.
Ooh.
Oh, precious luck.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm up to a sweet 20.
Oh, I got the one from sleeping on the cot. That's
You did.
why I'm at
That's why you're one
21.
ahead of me. That's why I have the lowest luck right now.
And I think
Buddy.
No sanity back? No sanity back?
no sanity back. You didn't do it. Well,
So
so
we're surrounded by the dead.
Yeah.
We wrapped up Stillwater without a problem. I mean, Valentine.
yeah, you really wrapped up Valentine without a problem. But to that point, since we didn't do it in Dallas, we'll do it now. Do your skill checks.
Hey.
Ooh. You want to describe how it is in Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah,
Just,
sure. So again, doing skill checks, this is the character advancement system. So every time they successfully use a skill, they put a little check next to it. And now they are going to roll every skill they have a check next to. Now they want to fail the roll. If they fail the roll, they're going to add a D10 to that skill. And so it's this weird sort of equilibrium of, I want to use skills that I'm not that good at because that's how I'm going to get better at it.
I learned how to listen.
That seems unlikely.
Okay, my psychology is now 78.
Ooh, I got
that's
really
nice.
good at law all of a sudden.
The other option, of course, for improving your stats is to let Brown Jenkins suck the life out of you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Nope.
That's it. That's all I got. That's the only one that went up with psychology by 9 points.
Hey, man, that's
My library use went up by 9. Not like we're ever going to see a library again.
Oh.
There's probably a library in Monterey. Definitely a library in Mexico City.
Or in
Shit.
Tenochtitlan, we just can't read anything in it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
My
library-
library went up by 10.
Ooh, nice. The library in Tenochtitlan is just a bunch of stone tablets.
Yes.
Yeah. So who went? Oh, I think it was Slightly Tove that said you should test to see if you can read Olmec by opening up the tablet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good advice.
This was before the rug was pulled out from under us on the.
Right.
Oh, you only speak it.
See, it's funny. You could actually see me think of that as I was like, oh, you know what? He'll be nice. And then I thought, no, he won't.
He's mad that Susanna actually read the
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
and put all of her law knowledge to use on it. Hey, I went up in stealth.
Actually, I mean, it's all useless skills, but I actually went up this time. Usually I will like make almost
Wait,
every
this is when you make all the rolls.
and it's
Right.
like this time I learned a couple things.
Cool.
While they're finishing those up, did anybody else get anything really good? Fun to let people know the stuff
My fighting brawl went up, so that was good.
Nice.
This is actually important. My spot hidden went up to 91.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
All right.
there you
When a
go.
skill
That's
goes-
right, my brawl.
When a skill goes over 90, you get a D10 sanity back.
Cool. Do I roll it or do you?
Well,
You go
then
ahead.
I also went over 90 in
All right, so I got 2.
in this and this.
You have mastered.
The art of listening.
That's right. You have mastered listening.
Well, seeing anyway.
Active listening.
Different.
So while they finish that up, we're gonna call it a night here. Our quotes from tonight: "You can't spend luck to be lucky. We aren't crazy. Everyone needs to see this." I like how we can't remember which zombie we're talking about. Possibly the name of this entire adventure, of this entire arc. Do we even care?
No.
Our record of handling the undead is entirely satisfactory. Come join us in our zombie parade. As one of the only people here to see an angel, he was wanted dead and alive. We can do both. See, nobody likes a racist. We don't have room for witches. A watched corpse never rises. An old house from the future. I don't want to bathe our zombie. And my grandma's a tube. Those are the quotes from this time. Thank you all so much. For the raid, thanks for joining us. Awesome that you could get in here for a little while. Thank you to our usual crowd for your awesome in the chat, everything that you were doing in there. I'm always here for Serpentor talk. You know that.
We do.
And our Patreons, thank you so much. Patreons, as soon as we're done here, we're going to record an after show, and we will just for you, where we'll tell you all the dark secrets. We'll tell you where the dragon hordes are. That's really what it comes down to. That's a joke for like 4 people, 3 of whom are in this game. So, and don't forget, we have Monday Swords and Sages, 7 o'clock, playing D&D, and again, fun little surprise for that one. So make sure you're watching. Wednesday, the Redacted Reports, a new episode of Redacted Reports drops.
If I'm able to finish editing it.
So probably Wednesday.
Probably.
Look, if an episode doesn't come out Wednesday, there's going to be a freaking riot in the Discord.
I know. I know.
I don't envy you that. That would be. You could just tell them it's redacted.
There's gonna be a couple. There's a couple late nights in my future.
Just release 30 minutes of silence and call it redacted. And put the artist as John Cage. That's it.
Yes.
Just color bars and tone.
And then Saturday, we've got our double header. At some point, who knows when, it's going to be very exciting. I predict 8:30 Eastern. That's my Rime of the Frost Maiden returns. Who knows? Rime of the Frost Maiden returns to start. It's the beginning of the end of Rime of Frost Maiden. So that'll be Saturday, 12ish. It's like a brunch show,
I think we need to be done by 3, so we kind of
might be earlier.
From there.
Might be earlier from brunch. Who knows? An early brunch. No bottomless mimosas, maybe then. And then what's the point?
I was just gonna go get champagne. What's wrong with you?
And then we're back Saturday evening to close it out here on Quests in Cthulhu. Now that's a week, darn it. That's a week. And just to warn everybody, we're starting to get into the holidays, and people are going to start not being available for various reasons. And so we want to let you know that now and again, the shows might be missing people, or they might not even happen. And that's the joys of having a rich and full social life.
Like this Wednesday, just be calm.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. Yeah. It's okay.
Go work on your Redacted Reports sex stories. That's not weird. Yeah, just go work.
At least one person had to explain what AO3 was to her mother. That was funny.
My mother and I are not having those conversations.
Do I Google that?
Yeah, no, I would not.
Wikipedia it? Do I just go to the Urban Dictionary or somebody
archive
message
of
me
our
offline?
own AO3?
Sounds like an android to me. Someone in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
It is a very rich repository of fan fiction, which we are honored to be hosted on.
Yes.
for the fan fiction.
Yeah. Fan fiction. Friends, you have followed us down darker trails. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. We going to Mexico sort of starts the beginning of end of our tale as well. So that's something exciting that we will now have. I have to go figure out what the hell's going to happen in Mexico. So goodbye, internet friends.